Hi, everybody. Hello. Ho, ho, ho. Christmas is over. Thank God. Woo. Man, I made it through another one. What's up, Brian? Hello. Yes, you can get a shout out. How you doing? Yeah, so we're here. I'm here. Zulu's here. We're gonna do the Monday edition here for you on WTF Nation Radio, and give all of you an opportunity to call in and tell us what Santa Claus brought for you on Christmas.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
What did you get for Christmas?
What did I get for Christmas? I got let's see, I got these sweet speakers to put back here in the studio and annoy everybody within a probably about a half block radius. That's fun.
That's pretty nice. Nice sound system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to turn you up a little bit, Zulu. I can't hear you all that well.
Turn me up.
I'm gonna turn you up, dog.
I got a bunch of gift cards for Christmas.
Well, those are fun. Because you can go get whatever you want. I gave my nieces and nephews, the older ones, just money. Cash money, that's it.
Cash money. You can't really go wrong with that. Unless you're trying to get sentimental.
And I got this neat like Bluetooth receiver thing that I can hook up to just about any audio component to stream music to. And so I hooked it up to the surround sound system in the living room. And I can annoy the neighbors with that as well.
Like to play like movies and stuff on?
To play music through using the surround sound, and which is really loud at my house. So
you can play your what is it? Your murder music?
Yeah, my murder music. Good times. I hope everybody survived Christmas unscathed, and it's back to the grind tomorrow for the day job, and I guess everyone else has got to go back to work. Yeah. Unless you're on leave. If you're on leave, then enjoy. Ronald wants to know how the heck do I turn this off. Just close the window, dude. That's it.
Click X. Click the X, Ronald.
Click the X, bruh. So, everyone, the phones are open if you want to call in at any time tonight. 415-889-8367 is the number. 415-889-8367. Call in and tell us about how your Christmas was, if you want to.
Speaking of calling in, I wanted to ask some of these people. Maybe you, Redleg. Yeah. I'm looking possibly pretty soon, as soon as I get my permit, but I'm looking to make my first gun purchase sometime soon. And I've been asking everybody the age-old question: the 9mm or the 40?
40, all the way.
See, I was really feeling the 9. I was like, reliable, economical. You can put hollow point rounds in it, like 17 rounds in the clip. But then I did some more research on the 40, and I was like, bigger round.
It is.
Bigger round.
It's a good trade-off between the muzzle velocity of the 9mm and the punch of the 45. It's right there in the middle.
Yeah, because I'm definitely not 45. That's a little much for me.
Well, the biggest problem I've always had with the 45 is that it's a relatively slow round, and I have an actual true world story about the 45. A buddy of mine, many moons ago, when I was a police officer, he was from a neighboring agency, and he made a traffic stop, and he didn't know at the time that the guy he'd pulled over was wanted for armed robbery. And he goes to the car and gets the guy's driver's license, goes back to his squad car and sits down to run a check on it. And the dude gets out shooting. And you could see the bullet holes as they walked up the hood and through the windshield of his squad car. And Freddie took a round below the left eye
Fuck.
got out, went around to the back of his squad car while the guy was getting back in his vehicle, and took aim. And when the guy poked his head out to shoot at Freddie again, Freddie shot him in the head with one shot and killed him with a .40 caliber.
With a 40.
With a .40. If the guy had been shooting something with a higher muzzle velocity, it would have killed Freddie. But the windshield was enough to slow down a .45 caliber round that it lodged.
He got hit with a 45 under the eye.
It lodged in his sinus.
Wow.
Yeah. Freddie got out and with one round killed the guy. I heard the call go out, so I hauled ass over there just in time for the paramedics to, get Freddie on a stretcher. They flew him away in the helicopter, but Freddie was out of the hospital that same evening.
Right.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing about a 9mm. I worry that, if I did actually have to use it, that, one, maybe 2 rounds might not put him down. But
I don't know, man. There's a lot of people that swear by their 45s. I'm not a fan. I like a little bit more muzzle velocity. The thing about the 9mm is it's got the potential to go through you.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody else was telling me that. There's always that.
Yeah.
But when I found out that I think it was the Glock 22 is the 40 cal.
That is the full size 40. That's what I carried. That's what I carried on the street on duty.
Yeah.
Off duty, I carried the 23, which is a compact. And that was also my sidearm when I was doing tactical operations with the SWAT team.
So I think the 40, does the Glock 22 have 15 rounds?
You know what? I don't remember what the capacity. I think it has 15 rounds.
Because that was one that I was like, I didn't think the 40 would have as many rounds, but I saw something about one of them having 15, and I was like, oh, that's plenty for one clip. But compared to like the 9mm had 17, so you're only really giving up 2 rounds,
right?
Which I was.
It's a 15-round magazine. You put one in the chamber, so you got 16 rounds. I think is what it is. I don't remember. It's been a while.
MMP 40 Zulu, fucking Branco. Branco says go over the Desert Eagle 50.
Oh, there you go.
Jeez.
Everybody's pissed at you for saying clip when it's magazine.
Oops. My bad.
Oh, you should know this.
My bad.
My God.
I don't really, I've only shot, it's like only a handful of handguns, only once with the Army, with the Beretta.
Oh, that's a piece of shit. The 92F? It's a piece of junk. And when I first started with the police department, they issued us 96D, which is a double action only 40 caliber hunk of shit also. I hated that fucking pistol.
Yeah, because when I never got issued a sidearm. It was always just my trusty M4. That's it. Which I want to get eventually one day. I want to get an AR, but that's for when I got like a house and family and shit.
Well, I carried when I was doing tactical operations. My long gun was a 9mm MP5.
Ooh.
That had no pew and then pew and then pew 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 pew. It had the full auto trigger group in it, which in that case a 9mm is okay because you just keep dumping them in the motherfucker until the guy stops squirming.
Yeah, just a little different.
Hey George, don't threaten us with going to a Marine Corps talk room. Go ahead.
Look like
he wants attention. Hello, Robert. Robert's pulling CQ the day after Christmas, which I guess isn't a bad gig, unless everybody's playing with their new toys. It should be fairly quiet in the barracks. So there you go.
CQ duty after? That's not too bad.
Right.
Maybe he got some new toys himself.
Yeah, maybe.
No, the hubby had CQ duty or staff duty on Wednesday, so he had a 5-day weekend.
Oh, right on. Nothing wrong with that. Like those 5-day weekends. I personally have a 3-day weekend. Today was the last of my holiday, but I have a 3-day work week, then I'm off again Friday.
I've been out of school since like the beginning of the month, and I've only worked like once a week, so I've just been chilling.
I need to get me a sweet shitbag gig like that where I just fuck off and don't do
business anything. Business is slow.
I wish I could say the same.
I work for a moving company, so people don't want to move as much in the winter.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Justin says he's going to add me to Xbox Live. His wife loved the Battlefield 1 edition of the Xbox One S. All right, Justin, do it. I haven't turned my Xbox on in days because I've been, doing the family thing with Mrs. Redleg's family, which wasn't bad, and then with my family, which also wasn't bad. And my parents recently moved. They used to live just a few minutes away, but they've moved to a different town, which is the town my dad's originally from. My dad joined the Navy in the early 70s.
Ooh,
traveled
OG seaman.
He traveled all over the country, moving from place to place to place, and finally wound up back home. And now has moved from where I'm back to his hometown, and took Mrs. Redleg and my daughter and I on a tour of sorts yesterday, showing us where he grew up. It was really interesting. I was genuinely interested in everything he was showing me.
Is that where you were like born or grew up, or is that just where he was born?
No, that's where he grew up. I was born in Virginia. My dad was stationed at Norfolk, Virginia.
Okay.
So yeah.
Right. What, did you just like grow up like all over the place?
I did. Yes.
Oh.
Because my dad got transferred every 3 or 4 years. I'm a Navy brat.
Was that shitty having to move all the time, or was it like looking back on it actually like a good experience?
It was a good experience. I got to see different places, make a lot of friends, experience different, I don't want to say cultures, but each part of the country has its own thing. Just like when we lived in South Louisiana, in St. Bernard Parish, Louisiana, it was, that may as well have been a foreign country where we were.
I guess I wouldn't know, never been.
But yeah, it was cool, and we were actually on active duty at the same time for a little less than a year, right before he retired and right after I joined.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
My mom had 2 people to worry about.
That's interesting.
Hey, George Doyle, dude, get the fuck out of here! But at what point did we ever claim it was going to be exciting? Bye, Felicia. I'm going to watch Leave It to Beaver. More exciting than this bull. And then, like he didn't want to say shit.
He left a while ago. I didn't know he was still hanging out.
He's still here.
Well, maybe we talked about him, so he stuck around.
Bye, George.
Is he another one of those that doesn't know where the little red X is
I don't
on
care.
the box?
Goodbye, George.
Okay.
Michael said, Redleg, stop vaping, or we will still...
No, he wants to know if I stopped vaping. Well, no, because then I would start back smoking again, and it's got to be one or the other, and I don't want to smoke. 24 years of that was enough. Yes.
Yeah. Eventually, with time, your lungs eventually heal up and like recuperate, but 24 years is a long time.
Eric says vaping's all. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's awesome. It's just it's helped me quit smoking, and that's about all I have to say about vaping.
No, well, vaping is awesome. Thank you, Eric. Some of us appreciate the finer things in life over here.
Hey, Jordan, you're probably right. I gave Dude what he wanted. He's getting me pissed off, so I'll say his name. Thank you, Jordan.
Oh, look, a Cowboy fan.
Oh, Nicole.
Ugh.
Was that in response to the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
And Nicole.
Nicole? Oh, she's not that gross. The Cowboys. Hey, everybody! In 2017, new in 2017 for the Army. Nail polish and earrings, maybe beards, maybe. Army leaders are considering some big changes to the service's uniform and appearance policies in 2017.
Jeez.
There was I remember when the call went out looking for volunteers to participate in a research study with the Army Research Lab, and they were looking for people with, facial hair and long hair and things like that, so they could test various things out. And Sergeant Major of the Army Dan Daly has said, from a personal perspective, he is not opposed to beards.
Really?
Yeah. But he says, I think we have to look at it, we have to research on it, and we have to be informed by the research. So there has to be more study on how a beard would work with protective equipment and decisions on length and shape, he added. But I'm not an anti-beard guy, and neither is General Milley. We have this conversation, he said, and we have to do it for the right reasons. Beards. I speak from experience. Not everybody can execute a beard properly. If if you saw me in the month of November,
Ooh, I saw that
on camera, yeah, I can't do it. 40 years old, I can't grow a proper beard. It's not for everyone. Let's go to the phones. WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air. Hello, caller.
Is it George?
It could be.
Oh, George, are you trolling?
I hung up.
Oh, that was kind of creepy.
Might have been.
Breathed into the phone.
I don't know. That thing was kind of hot.
He's getting the third leg going.
Yeah. With the beards, so I can't pull off a beard. It looks stupid. It grows in patchy, and I guess that would be in the regulation. Like if you can't grow beards, if you can't grow a hair out of every inch of your face, then you're not allowed to have one. That needs to be a thing.
Yeah, I'll just stick to shaving.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'd rather be clean cut than have a fucked up beard.
They're talking about also allowing females to paint their fingernails and wear earrings in the ACUs. The Marines, Navy, Coast Guard, and Air Force all currently allow nail polish, and all of those except the Marines allow small stud earrings in their utility uniforms. But the Sergeant Major of the Army says, I keep finding a stalemate. I have senior females in my council, and actually we defer to them on these things. And what I'm finding is I'm having senior female NCOs tell me no. Ladies.
Getting in the way.
So, ladies, you're probably not going to be able to wear nail polish and earrings in the Army combat uniform. I don't see what the big fucking deal is, but whatever.
Maybe we don't get it. Maybe we just don't get it.
Maybe not. Maybe it's just the senior NCOs to whom he defers in these matters are haters.
Well, when you're in ACUs, you're usually on duty and working. So, I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, some guys wear earrings too, and they're not allowed to wear them either. You know what I mean? Just like how guys and girls get like fucking tongue piercings.
Hey guys, stop wearing earrings. Let me fix that right now. Stop wearing your fucking earrings, dudes.
I mean, let
me see your earring, Zulu. You got one in?
Nah, I ain't about it.
All right, good.
I ain't about that life.
Jesus Christ. So, I don't see what the big deal is, as long as it's not garish.
I mean, they can if they're going out for like a hot date after like duty or something, you know, when they get off, you know, put your nail polish on, put your earrings in, get pretty, but not in ACUs.
Faith says, I agree with the young guy. You're not talking about me. You're talking about Zulu, my co. Hey, everybody, meet Zulu, my new co-host. This is his third show. The young guy. Isn't he cute?
The millennial. I'm the millennial here.
Isn't he cute? Look at him.
I'm here to offend you guys.
He's doing the show remotely from his safe space.
Yes, because we all need a safe space, right, guys? Yeah.
So evidently, the Sergeant Major of the Army's female council is leaning toward a no on the earrings. He said the opposition to nail polish is rooting in having to enforce colors, length, and general appearance. Honestly, the reason where we are today is because it got out of control, he said about the current ban on nail polish.
Yeah, freaking James over here saying if you allow earrings, next Joe will want nose rings and then giant circle earrings. It could just be like a snowball effect.
Right, then you're gonna have soldiers walking around looking like complete shit bags.
Then you'll get soldiers putting in like one earring to like that's their safety pin. If you have one earring in, it means you can go to them if you need a safe place.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think the point of wearing the uniform is to look cute or stylish. I think it is a practical uniform, and to the extent that you can, it should remain a practical uniform, and not you're not a fashion show when you're in uniform.
Are they talking about allowing this just for garrison? Because they wouldn't let this like
Well, sure, yeah,
definitely not nail polish and earrings downrange, right?
yeah.
Or if they allowed it in Garrison, people would start fucking doing it. Actually, you know what? I knew this. I knew a young lady when I was overseas not too long ago. She was wearing her fucking shit in her tongue on duty. She said that usually she just fucking would do it when we got off when we got off shift,
Uh huh.
and then she was like, oh, sometimes wear it to on shift. I was like, why? Like, what's like, what's the purpose of having that? Like, who are you gonna show? Because if you show anyone in your squad, they might tell like your platoon sergeant or something, unless, well, I don't know. They were shitbags, so maybe they all knew and just didn't care. But I don't know if something happened. Maybe if she got into like a scuffle somewhere at the gate or something, or I don't know if a firefight broke out or if fucking one of the cars went off. That little piece of fucking whatever it's made out of in your mouth could fuck you up. You could like swallow it in the middle of something happening. You fucking so many ways like jewelry on your face could go wrong.
Well, but here's the thing with the tongue rings. The blowjob effect just negates everything you just said.
If you're downrange, I'll take a blowjob whether you got metal in your mouth or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, if you're trying to get kinky in the sandbox, I'm down with that, I guess.
Right.
I wouldn't say no, but
So yeah, you need to keep that in mind before you go bashing on the tongue rings. You know what? I don't care. Either way, I really don't give a shit.
okay. I think I've seen dudes with tongue rings.
Do what you want. Oh, I have to.
Fellatio. Goes
Yeah. Oh my God. So we go from tongue rings, nail polish in uniform to the city of Chicago, which I hear is quite nice this time of year.
Yeah, if you're trying to get your cab.
Yeah. That, if you take into consideration the fact that over 40 people were shot just over Christmas weekend.
That's fucking insane.
11 of them fatally.
I was listening about that on the radio. Apparently there was like some family gathering, and some dude just jumped out of an alleyway and just started fucking letting it rip into the crowd.
Fucking Chicago, the gun-free city of Chicago, has an awful lot of gun violence.
It's also a sanctuary city.
Oh yes.
Yeah, don't forget, you are safe in Chicago.
The violence started with a non-fatal shooting around 4:30 p.m. on Friday and ended with another non-fatal shooting at around 11:30 p.m. Christmas night. And then in between, there were 38 other shootings at least that have been counted thus far. A double homicide ushered in the midnight hour on Friday when two men walked out of a West Side Austin neighborhood home in the 500 block of North Laramie, and at least one person opened fire on them. Both men were struck multiple times and killed. That dude was a good shot anyway.
Jeez. Like, I don't know. You think it would happen less since like everybody's packing, or just like, is it like the bad scenario when everyone's packing, everybody's just shooting up everybody instead of like everybody's packing so nobody fucks with each other?
I don't know what the fucking deal is in Chicago, but I think maybe the police would have a better time in actually doing police work if they just go ahead and make guns legal again, because evidently everybody's got one.
Yeah, like, if you want a gun, it doesn't matter what the law is. Like, if you really want a gun, you can get a gun one way or another.
And that renders the entire gun control argument invalid, because if you want one, you're going to get one. Gun control nuts. You pass all the laws you want to. If I want a gun, I'm going to get one by whatever means I deem necessary.
There's some good stuff, if you're going to get one, if you're going to buy one legally, you should have to go through some sort of background check. Make sure you're not fucking insane. the cool off periods.
You make sure you're not insane.
I mean, yeah, okay. Like somebody who has like a clean record could go and get it. Like I know I could go to somebody could go to Dick's Sporting Goods, and buy a gun.
Is that why? Is that where you buy all your stuff? At Dick's?
No, I don't buy any. I don't buy anything from fucking Dick's. I'm not a gun owner yet, Red Leg.
I don't know. Make sure you do get one. You go to Dick's. I want to hear all about you and Dick's when you get your gun.
I'm not gonna purchase a firearm from Dick's.
Why
but
not?
I'm just saying. You could go and buy one the same day, and then just go to town wherever you want.
Right. You come out of Dick's with your new pistol blazing.
I mean, with fucking, they got like some, I don't know what the fuck they don't have pistols, but they got like shotguns and rifles.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. I've never been in Dick's.
You've never been to Dick's Sporting Goods?
Do I look like the sporting type, dude? Really?
Did you know what I was talking about when I said Dick's?
Yeah, there is a Dick's Sporting Goods.
I wasn't sure if like they had those, and maybe in your neck of the woods or not. Maybe I just sounded crazy when I said, "Yeah, I go to Dick's and buy a gun."
Like, it's just fun to say Dick's, I guess.
I guess.
Hey, George Michael died yesterday on Christmas. You know what? I mean,
2016.
I wasn't really a fan. I guess. Well, Karma Chameleon was a pretty good song.
Honestly, I didn't know who he was. If I'm being honest here.
Of course you didn't.
Thank you, Raptor Mom.
So you totally didn't catch that. Never mind. Somebody will call me on it in a minute. Evidently, he died from a heart condition. He was found lying in bed peacefully.
Mike said,
well, what else happens when you die in bed? Like, peacefully, they found him peacefully? Okay.
All right, somebody, I think somebody finally called me on it.
What?
I'm glad you guys picked up on that. Well, I said George Michael, and then I said Karma Chameleon, which is Boy George.
I don't know, same difference to me.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a joke.
They're both people I don't know, so.
This dude was 53 years old and died from heart failure, according to sources, not AIDS. Actually, AIDS was my first guess.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, since he died, I heard they were talking about him again on the radio, that he didn't come out until he was, like, old. He was, like, married and everything for a while.
Right, because nobody ever would have figured that dude was gay.
Oh, really?
Without him telling us.
He wasn't, like, feminine or anything?
It's extremely effeminate.
But not gay.
Yeah,
Didn't he get busted in a bathroom in a park or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, what was he doing? What did he get busted for?
Butt stuff in a public restroom. Yeah. With another dude.
And then he just came all the way out with it.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I remember it being in the headlines. It was a big deal.
I don't know. I was still in the scrotum.
What's with all the gay dudes? Listen, if you're gay, I'm not bashing on you. I just want to know what's with all the gay dudes picking up other gay dudes in restrooms. Is that where you go?
That's where you find the glory hole.
I don't know. I mean, I've been in a lot of public restrooms, and I've never been propositioned. Maybe I'm not the right type. Maybe they're not into middle-aged bald dudes.
You've never been offered. I guess you're not.
I've never had another dude hit on me. I'm kind of disappointed.
You're not appealing.
I guess.
Gays.
I don't know.
Hey, Zulu.
Zulu, you're getting a lot of fucking static from the Facebook Live chat, man.
Oh, really? Are they in the comments or like, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Let me look.
Do you guys not like my new co-host? Or are you just giving him shit because he's new?
Hopefully both. Wendy, is his name Zulu? Zulu seems to know.
Zulu should be on Grindr. Isn't that the gay Tinder?
Yes, it is.
Thanks, Wendy.
Zulu's not gay. It'd be all right if he was, because I'm not, because I'm not a fucking homophobe. But
I mean, maybe I should. What do I need to talk about? Railing chicks more? Is that what you guys want to hear? Is that what the people want? Is that what the people want? I don't know. Fucking. I mean, I am a fister, so you know.
Yeah. There you go.
I like to keep it gray. You know, keep people. You know,
Keep people on their toes.
Yeah, you never know.
All right.
I might feel it one night and just get in your tent with you.
Here's a oh my god.
You guys are funny.
Here you go, Zulu. Here's one for you for when you get your new pistola from Dick's. Florida Deputy First Class Dean Bards attempted to make what he thought would be a simple traffic stop on Monday. However, it could have been this is an old-ish story. However, it could have been fatal for him had a good Samaritan with a gun not been passing by at just the right moment. The hero citizen with a concealed carry permit did what he had to do to save the cop, and 3 days later he got a shocking surprise he wasn't expecting. The armed passerby saw the officer go down on the ground with the suspect, Edward Strother, on top of him, beating the police officer's head into the pavement. The violence was a result of simply being pulled over for speeding and nearly striking the cop who was roadside. Strother decided that attempting to take this 12-year police veteran's life was better than facing the consequences of a ticket. When given a chance to stop before being shot, he chose to keep pummeling the cop. The armed citizen, who wishes to remain anonymous, pointed the gun at Strothers and told him to get off Deputy Bard several times. Since he refused to follow orders, the gun owner was within his right to shoot since the officer's life was in imminent danger. He struck Strothers 3 times, killing him at the scene. By law, the concealed carry owner lost his weapon to the investigation, and since it will be stored as evidence, it's unlikely he'll get it back anytime soon.
Wait, did you say that he lost his concealed carry permit?
No, his weapon.
Oh, just his weapon.
Yes.
Okay.
So he was now defenseless after saving an officer's life unless he pays to replace the pricey weapon out of his own pocket. However, one gun store owner had a better idea in mind. To show appreciation for his bravery and the unwavering respect the man showed for police, who have people's backs every day, Shoot Straight gun store owner Mark Williams in Fort Myers had a special offer. He called the police department 3 days after the incident and made arrangements for the civilian hero to come to his store and pick out any concealed carry gun he wanted.
Ooh.
The brave civilian ended up making a great choice, selecting a Springfield XDS. He's now armed and safe again thanks to the generosity of Shoot Straight. There you go.
Is it a 40?
The XDS.
I don't know what that is.
It's a Springfield. What's that tell you?
Fuck, I don't know.
You don't know. Springfield?
Fuck, what is it? Fucking, is it 45?
Yes.
9? No.
It's a 45.
45.
Well, I think the XDS is well, you can get them in different calibers, 9mm, 40, and 45, but I'm sure he got it in 45. I don't know anybody that's got a Springfield other than a 45.
Is that what he had before?
Don't know. It doesn't say.
I mean, the dude was on top of the officer, right?
Yeah, bashing the officer's head into the concrete.
And he had he put 3 rounds into the guy.
Yep. And he was DRT.
Did it say where he hit him?
No, probably. I'm guessing center mass. The dude's a good shot.
I wonder what he was packing. Because he could have. I don't know how close he was. Could have almost hit the cop.
Well, if the guy's on top of the cop is prone or whatever, having his head bashed into the pavement.
I mean, that's still fucking like danger close.
Yeah. So anyway, he shot the dude 3 times, and the guy won't be attacking any more cops.
Fucking good shot.
Yeah.
Good shot, I suppose.
Good for him.
Yeah. Now he's got a brand new spanking. That's pretty cool. That like, I mean, I guess I wouldn't expect the police department to like reimburse him on the fucking.
Oh, they didn't.
But I mean, he didn't. He was completely in his right. He didn't get in like any sort of like.
Oh no, they didn't charge him.
Like he went off like clean for helping the officer out, right? There was like no bullshit that happened. So
Yeah, they just say they took the dude's weapon, which is standard for the investigation.
Yeah.
But
will
they
they
didn't
ever get it
charge him.
back, or do they have to keep it?
He'll eventually get it back once the investigation's over.
Right, but he needs something now.
Yes.
Especially, you never know if they, I don't know, some of the dudes like friends or something or family figure out who he was. Now he's got a 45.
Maybe.
Putting it down.
It may be a 45. You can get him a 9mm 40 caliber also, but I'm guessing a 45. He picked a Springfield.
I mean, God.
So what do you got? What you got? You want to talk about?
Oh, I actually came across a subject that was very intriguing to me today that I'd never thought about. And when I thought about it some more, I thought it would kind of might affect veterans, if anything, the most. Being able to, a lady in Nevada where medical marijuana is legal was denied a gun store owner denied selling her a weapon because under federal law you can't be a medical marijuana card holder. You can't use medical marijuana and own a gun, apparently.
Oh yeah, when you posted that, I watched it. I mean, I personally think it's bullshit because we can go and purchase, I won't say purchase, but be prescribed heavy narcotics and use those medications, and we could still legally own a gun. How is medical marijuana any different than somebody taking Percocet, Dilaudid, morphine, or any of those? Because, I mean, essentially those medications are the same thing as heroin. So
marijuana is,
I think
one of the reasons is because marijuana is a Schedule 1, which is up there with heroin, meth, LSD, ecstasy, and all that stuff.
Yes.
So under federal law, you can't technically be using marijuana. And well, what does that mean for people who legally own a gun, but like just buy pot from some person they know? You know what I mean?
Like as in illegally buy it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
but legally own a gun.
They're going to have to be like, well, if they're illegally buying it, I mean, they can get in trouble. I mean, that is an option for some people to not get the medical marijuana card, but go and obtain it legally. The other thing I am kind of like wondering about, because in Colorado, it's legal to do so recreationally. And when we were up there, like in Colorado, we got the chance to visit a dispensary, and they didn't like us like owning a gun really didn't affect anything. But I don't know how that's all going to work. I also am wondering, once they federally bring down, like knock down marijuana to a different schedule, and not only that, if they do make it like legal like across the nation, I think that will probably change.
Yeah, I was going to ask about what if it's recreationally legal in your state, and can you, I guess it's okay then to own a gun and just recreationally use, but not if you need it for a medical purpose? Is that right?
Correct. Now, the thing is I guess, I don't know if their mindset is if you have to be on medical marijuana, you're too knucking futs to own a gun, which that is not, necessarily true, because again, when you take pharmaceuticals, kind of like Lopressor or Prozac or any of those anti-depressants, or even like say, oh yes, I know recreational use isn't legal. It is in fucking Colorado. I mean, federally it's not legal, but in Colorado, Oregon,
we're talking on a state by state basis, at least.
Right now it's a state by state basis. Now, when you're on, different types of, psychiatric meds, like you could still go out and purchase a gun.
Now, is that just Nevada where you can't have a medical license and can't buy a gun, or is it like that in other states too?
It's like that in other states too.
Huh. I mean,
because when you go and do a Brady check, it's going to ask you if you are using any type of illegal substance. Oh, I can't talk. Any illegal drugs, and on there you have to answer it truthfully. And if you have a medical marijuana card, they can kind of, I guess you can
they can
backtrack it, or
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're shit out of luck.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If I was blazed, I wouldn't want to be handling a firearm. But I don't think it's a good idea to get high and go shoot guns. Seems like the two. It's cool to, if you need medical marijuana for whatever reason, and it's cool if you own guns. But I could understand where they're coming from. If somebody was high, and handling a weapon. But I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't want to put it past anybody, but most gun owners are usually pretty responsible, and you would hope that people would keep them separate.
I'm pretty sure the majority of us that's on the show that's listening, and we all drink. Am I correct? So how is marijuana any different than having several beers? Granted, if you're caught intoxicated with your gun, you're in deep shit. But to me, with them trying to, I guess, judge you that that you shouldn't own a gun for purchasing medical marijuana is bullshit. So.
Yeah, that's a little. I don't know. It's just like it sucks for people who just have maybe they just can't sleep or have like low appetite, have trouble eating, but at the same time they want to protect themselves.
Now, for anybody that's listening to the show, or even you, Zane, on Sunday nights we do have two resident potheads, we like to call them, but great guys. They have a lot of knowledge about smoking weed, what type of marijuana would help you out the most. They keep up with the laws, throughout the country, what's changing, and they keep up, a track what's new about marijuana. And I highly recommend listening to that show. It's on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I think that, Zane, you might actually learn a lot from the show.
Well, you can, it's educational and informative. It's not just about, smoking pot. And I don't think that being a user of marijuana should necessarily disqualify you from anything, because if you're going to hold things to a standard such as that, well, then if you drink alcohol, you should not be allowed to do certain things either, such as in the case of having a medicinal marijuana card, well, you lose your right to concealed carry. Bullshit. Why?
See, and I was telling Zulu here that, like, we can go and purchase narcotics legally from our local pharmacist, and we could still own a gun. So why is it medical marijuana different?
Because there's this stigma that it's so evil. It's an illegal drug. And hello, Beth. Hi, Beth. Beth says hi, Red Leg. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. It's purely the stigma, Raptor Mom, because it's an illegal drug and has been for so long.
Reefer madness.
Reefer madness, exactly.
The war on drugs.
It's silly. The whole thing's silly.
It's all pretty costly. Pretty costly. I wonder if you think there's anybody whispering in Donald Trump's ear to legalize marijuana, and like maybe he looks at it from like a businessman standpoint. He's like, "Wow, we could really make a fuck ton of money off it if we tax the shit out of it."
Yeah, you could.
I mean, like, there's so much money in like hemp, not even like marijuana, just like hemp products. You know what I mean?
Well, there are lobbyists on Capitol Hill who take issue with the legalization of marijuana and hemp for that reason.
Yeah,
because it's going to drive some of their corporations out of business. So they continue to demonize it when there's far worse shit out there that's more easily attainable.
Like crocodile. Or crocodile or whatever.
Well, like fucking oxycodone. You get a prescription for that, you're good. You could get pilled up and go out and shoot whatever you want to.
Yep.
Yeah, geez, that sounds like such a sketchy time.
But the whole thing is just basically scare tactics. Oh, marijuana's bad, okay? It's no worse than anything else out there. I can tell you I'd much rather deal with someone who is stoned versus someone who's drunk.
Oh, I completely agree. 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm stoned on pot. I don't want to deal with anybody that's stoned on meth.
Well, you don't get stoned on meth, Radbrom. I'll get your terminology right.
No.
That's tweaking.
Whatever. Tweaking.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Red Leg would know.
I do. I know.
I don't know. For me, like dealing with the drunks in the back of an ambulance was the biggest pain in the ass ever.
What? Were they just like blackout?
No, they're just. I wouldn't say annoying. It's just. It's like trying to get their attention.
Why were they in the back of the ambulance like hammered?
One chick we had, she was at a bar and she like literally she was so drunk she fell out of her bar stool and like smacked her forehead on the counter and then smacked the back of her head on the concrete floor. Like she had like huge, like it knocked her out, but she came to. But after that, she was just belligerent, I guess you could say. I mean, a head injury didn't help, and neither did being drunk. So,
did you put her back to sleep?
No, I can't. No, I can't do that.
You can beat them with an IV bag. I've seen that done.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
a tourniquet around the neck always cures a hangover.
Oh, of course it does. It also, stops oxygen thievery.
Yeah.
So, I guess for her, we just had her strapped down to a backboard in a collar, so she really couldn't do anything or go anywhere. I just, we just had to make sure when she threw up that we rolled her over, and so she didn't aspirate on it.
Jeez.
This from the L.A. Times. There's a professor at Drexel University who's under fire for a tweet on the tweeter.
Uh-oh.
The Twitter. Which appeared to support white genocide. This Drexel University professor has been summoned to a meeting with school officials after he tweeted a Christmas Eve message that appeared to support white genocide.
Like he wants to like exterminate white people, or like
this dude George Marr is who is white and an associate professor of politics at the Philadelphia University.
Oh no, yeah, this guy's.
He told the Associated Press by email today that his Christmas Eve message to nearly 11,000 Twitter followers, which read, "All I want for Christmas is white genocide," was meant to be satirical. Drexel was not amused and condemned the dude's tweet and said in a statement that they were taking the situation very seriously. They go on to say that while the university recognizes the right of its faculty to freely express their thoughts and opinions in public debate, this particular professor's comments are utterly reprehensible, deeply disturbing, and do not in any way reflect the values of the university. They're going to get rid of this dude.
So what? He's mad at white people?
I don't know. I don't fucking. It doesn't make much sense.
I mean, like there was that chick on MSNBC who was like, you can blame white people for ruining America, and like the MTV thing, telling white guys not to say this and that anymore, stop doing this. So I guess it's just some dude who's like, white people are ruining the world. He can start with himself.
Did you see the backlash? All the negative comments on that MTV video?
Yeah.
Holy fuck, man. I was one of them.
Like, I watched it and I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck?
This is some of the most racist shit I've seen in a long time.
I was like, and then I went straight to the comments and it was like, what if you told black people to stop having fucking gun violence?
That's an interesting question.
What if you told Hispanics to stop coming here illegally? Like, that fucking shit would be all over the goddamn mainstream news, and it wouldn't be okay. But when MTV talks about fucking white guys, I'm only half white, and I was a little offended by that.
You know what's interesting? Because like after that, I guess in Louisville, Kentucky, this older lady was Christmas shopping, and something happened to where these two Latina ladies, were checking out. I guess the one lady was in front of her, and then the other lady needed to go, exchange something because I guess she grabbed the wrong size or the wrong thing, and came back. And this older lady was down, I mean, straight up fucking racist towards these chicks. Yet that was all over mainstream media, like on NBC, ABC, MSNBC, CNN. But none of those like channels, or I won't say channels, but the Facebook pages didn't even fucking post or report on the whole MTV.
Haven't you figured out by now, Raptor Mom, that Facebook is a left-wing propaganda machine?
Oh yeah, I know.
I'm
just kind of reminding everybody the double standard.
That's why I always get nervous when we're on Facebook Live doing this, because I'm afraid somebody's going to come shut us down for not being liberal enough.
Really? Is it actually a concern of yours?
No, but it sounds fun to say.
Could happen. You could make the wrong person who's listening butthurt, and the next thing you know, Facebook's coming down on your ass.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, probably not. We have a First Amendment right.
Not on Facebook, you don't. Zuckerberg's going to shut us all down.
Yeah, fucking. Well, I mean, they ban you for saying like some wild shit. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I haven't been banned yet.
I've seen it. You gotta go on there and straight like personally like threaten somebody or fucking just say something off. I think it has to be directed towards somebody. I never read the terms and agreements, but you can't it's the same thing about fucking yelling fire in a crowded movie theater.
Well, Facebook's new thing is they're gonna crack down on fake news. So,
I read some about that. They're teaming up with who is it? Like
Snopes.
Is it Snopes or
probably?
Is it Fact Check?
I think it's Snopes.
They're teaming up with somebody, and I forgot what exactly they're gonna do. I think every like legit news media is gonna go through them first.
I don't know, man.
I feel like I guess they would filter through Snopes or Fact Check or whatever organization or website they're working with. But funny how they do it after the election.
A lot of people are fucking like hard on Snopes. Say that they're Canadian and they're run by a liberal husband and wife, blah blah blah. But I've never found anything to be like misleading or wrong on there. That's been my personal experience. I don't have any reason to believe otherwise until I've seen it myself.
I mean, I want to believe that they have the intentions of being independent and only giving the facts, but you never know. They could. Well, I mean, maybe more of these kind of websites will pop up, fact checking, and maybe some of them will be skewed right or left.
We'll see.
God, just like what if it came down to fake fact checking sites?
Like the fake news.
That's what's gonna happen.
There's just no end to it.
A fake fact checking site where you think you're getting the facts right, but they're just lying to you.
There we go. Devin says everything on Facebook is true. So there you go. Problem solved.
Oh,
of course. Abraham Lincoln team quoted that one.
Yeah. That's fucking Facebook. What is funny to me is, hold on just a minute. I got to do something.
Do it.
Never mind.
Just do it.
What's funny to me is not necessarily the amount of fake news that's on Facebook. It's the amount of people who buy into it that's so funny to me. Can you go check for yourself, man? A lot of times it's just as easy as a Google search. Oh, look at this news story on Facebook. I better believe it.
I mean, you gotta at least like read the article before you like share it. Don't just like see the headline and go sharing shit willy nilly. You didn't even read what's in the article, or like you could go to the bottom of some of these articles and they fucking like they'll say satire. They'll say for satire purposes only and shit like that. And I see fucking some actual like pages. I'm not gonna say any names, but I've seen some pages share some shit like, oh my god, and then you scroll to the bottom and it's like, this is for satire and fucking like The Onion.
Right. Or Duffel Blog.
Yeah, Duffel Blog. That's a good one. Duffel Blog's funny.
Duffel Blog is funny. It's just I used to try to be like that social media savior warrior who would tell people, hey, you're biting on this fake news stuff and you're reposting it with your angry comments and you're just wasting your time because you didn't go check. And now I just ignore it. I don't even pay attention to people getting bent out of shape. If it's that outrageous and you immediately bite and think that it's real news, then you're just an idiot.
Well, there was this, I think it was a psychologist talking about it a couple weeks ago, right after Facebook announced this. People will they'll believe what they want to believe. So if they see something that's like negative or positive about Hillary or Trump, they would share it because that's what they want to believe, whether it was true or not.
Right.
So that's what they want other people to believe. And then we got what we got going on now. It's fucking
there are people on Facebook who are feeding you what you want to believe, and then you're taking it and running with it.
Teenagers in Macedonia are creating fake news for fucking Americans who know how to goddamn differentiate between real and fake news.
Just go check for yourself before you get, all fired up about something you saw on Facebook. James says fake news usually equates to politics. Yeah. And then there's the whole if you I could share this and type amen, then Jesus is going to come down from heaven and give you $1 million type shit. And that's just more annoying than anything else or is that fake news too? Has anybody gotten their money yet for praising Jesus and, sharing Jesus' post?
I usually troll that for the money ones, and I will post a picture of a job application in the comment section.
There you go. There's so much crap on Facebook. It's hard to wade through all of it and see and find all the good stuff.
Yeah, it's you know who I had to unfollow? I had to unfollow Vice. You ever followed Vice on Facebook?
I don't follow them. I've seen it.
Well, they have some pretty cool shows and documentaries, but everything they post on Facebook is just fucking absurd. It's so fucking like
garbage.
Yeah, it's just like literally scaring people. Like after the election, it was like, this is how fucking America's doom. And then fucking now, and then it was, there's still a chance to, have Hillary elected. And then now I see fucking shit like, oh, guys, fucking, I need to go look at it. It's just a bunch of fucking, and every time I go to the fucking comments, they're getting bashed. Top 3 comments is Vice getting bashed. And then they came out with an article. It was like, Vice is going to remove the comment sections from its Facebook articles and posts. I was like, and then I went to those comments. It was like, yeah, because you guys fucking post propaganda garbage. And then I unfollowed them.
That sells. Listen, the little old ladies that are on Facebook have got to have something to fucking to read and get fired up about and be duped into.
It excites some people.
Oh my God, it's exciting. All right, I'm going to take a break. Everybody, it's the top of the hour. When we come back, we'll do more. We'll take your phone calls because the phones are working again.
Boo, Cowboys.
Hallelujah. Oh, the Cowboys. I'm not a Cowboys fan.
Oh, they're playing right now. That's why.
Oh, my God.
That's why she's going crazy.
Guys, we'll be back on the backside of this music break in about minutes. About 7 minutes. We'll see you guys. Don't go anywhere. More of the Monday edition coming up after this.
What's up, guys? This is Matt Best, and you're listening to WTF Nation Radio. So listen the fuck in.
You're listening to Red Leg on the voice of U.S. Army WTF Moments. WTF Nation Radio.
That's Not Today by Hydra Effect, and the band that you probably haven't heard of, featuring the lead singer from a band that I used to be with. His name is Jacob Harlan. He's no longer with Hydra Effect. Now he's doing country music. You can believe that.
Wow.
He jumped out. He jumped out of the rock scene and jumped into the country scene. So, best of luck to Jacob. Hydra Effect is no more. Before that, the song Nothing by Blame Anchor. Those guys, one of the guys for the band got in touch with me and said, hey, play our stuff if you want to. So, hell yeah, I'm going to play it. Welcome, everyone, to the Monday edition here on WTF Nation Radio, the day after Christmas. And I hope Santa Claus was good to you. I got what I wanted. If I can day off work.
Just coal for Zulu.
The weather. Oh, what the fuck, man? With this weather already.
Hey, I've been wearing a t-shirt the past 2 days.
I have the air conditioner on. It was 77 degrees today. I'm not complaining. But it's hard for me to get, I hate cold weather. It's hard for me to get acclimatized when it's fucking 77 degrees at the end of December.
Hey, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I hope it stays like this.
Yeah, me too. I'll take all this I can get.
Global warming. Sounds cozy.
Because, this time last week, it was in the teens. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Is that what it is, global warming?
I don't fucking know.
There are some people that say that climate change is a bunch of horse shit. It's kind of evident.
I mean, it happens like every, what, fucking million years or something?
Every few millennia.
The fucking Earth freezes over and then I guess fucking melts over. They take turns every fucking couple million years.
I mean, climate change is a real thing. It's pretty evident that there's ice melting and stuff. they have pictures to prove it. I don't know how anybody could deny that climate change is happening, whether it's caused by Mother Nature or whether it's caused by mankind. It's fucking happening. Al Gore will tell you. Go talk to him.
Al Gore
with Man Bear Pig.
Well, you not a Al Gore kind of guy?
What? No, I mean Al Gore's just a fucking know-it-all, and I don't know, man. He's hard for me to take seriously, especially because of South Park.
Oh, they do. Oh man, it's fucking hilarious.
I'm pleased to see that South Park's still on the air after 20 years.
Have they been on that long?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They sure have.
Damn.
I binged watched yesterday, not episodes of South Park, but shit on YouTube, like I think it was called 107 Things You Didn't Know About South Park. Mm-hmm. And then there was another 107 more things you didn't know about South Park. Some of them I knew, but a lot of them I didn't. It's interesting stuff. If you're a South Park fan, go check it out. I don't know where to tell you to go look other than to type in 107 things about South Park or something.
It's like they have their own way of sarcastically getting their message across,
Yeah.
About whatever's going on in the world.
I was stationed at Fort Hood when South Park first came on the air on Comedy Central. But yeah, so good for Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Was it a hit in the barracks?
I didn't live in the barracks.
Oh,
was it a hit at Fort Hood?
In 97, when it came out, August 13th, 97, I was married and living off post. Wait a minute. No, August of 97, I was in Korea. Yeah, were you born in 97? Were you born yet, Zulu?
Yes, I was born.
Okay, all right. I mean, we just want to know.
I might have been in diapers, but I was born.
You were born the year before that. I had just gotten to Korea when South Park, so I didn't see it until I got back. Was the first time I'd ever seen it, because it wasn't we couldn't get it over there. Not that I can recall. Not on AFKN.
Oh yeah, you guys. The interwebs weren't as powerful as they are today.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Who just sent me a contact request on Skype?
Oh, that's the
guy?
Yeah.
From the thing.
Yes.
Okay, that doesn't tell me anything, but at least you know who it is.
I know who it is.
All right, good.
Okay.
Am I supposed to talk to the guy from the thing right now?
No. He's scheduled on the 9th.
I just come on here a couple times a week and talk. I don't know what. But besides that, I have no idea what's happening.
I have no idea what's going on.
Talk to the man in charge or the woman that knows what's going on.
Right. The manhunt is on for two escapees who fled a Tennessee jail through a leaky toilet, as police captured 4 other men who got a few moments of freedom. Officials for the Cock County Sheriff's Office said 6 inmates originally made their getaway early Christmas morning. This according to KOMO News. They added that the breakout was prompted by a water leak that was behind a jail toilet. The bolts holding the unit rusted out, and there was prior damage to the concrete due to plumbing repairs, according to police. Earlier repairs to the plumbing led to a weakening of the concrete used to encase the wall unit toilet, and also caused the bolts holding the unit in place to become rusted out. The inmates managed to remove the toilet from the wall and crawled through a hole in the wall, leading them outside the county jail facility. 2 of the inmates have already been apprehended. Stephen Lewis was nabbed after a foot chase with cops, and John Mark Spear was found inside a home that was near the jail. According to the sheriff's office, two men were charged with allegedly assisting Spear. Jared, and I'm not making this dude's last name up, Skundermarks and Daniel Spear were charged with harboring a fugitive. Investigators spotted Harsh Wade Allen and Eric Click later Monday and took them into custody. Still on the loose are John Thomas Sheehy, I'm not making that up either, and David Frazier. Frazier is considered to be the most dangerous. He was in custody for aggravated robbery and possession of a weapon. They got out behind the shitter from the jail.
So
Wow.
what county was
that like the classic movie scene where they like crawl out of like the fucking feces sewer drain pipe?
Like the Shawshank Redemption? I don't think it was anything that dramatic.
I mean, they went through a fucking toilet?
This is in Tennessee. This is in Cock County, Tennessee. This fucking story is full of funny ass names and stuff.
The county is, what was the other guy's? Scooter Marks? So Scooter Marks.
No, not Scooter Marks. Schooner Marks.
Scooter Marks.
Jay Hoppy, why would you flush your life away like that? LOL.
Thank you, Hoppy. Jesus Christ. Guys getting out of fucking the county jail from behind the shitter. Who's got them fucking like, you get behind the toilet, you wiggle through the hole, and then what? Freedom?
Fucking Daniel said, are you sure it's not satire?
No, D-Max, this is not satire. I'm sure. I fact-checked it.
Oh, is that D-Max?
Yes, D-Max.
Oh, my boy, D-Max.
So you had your money riding on Friday night.
Yeah. I was so drunk when I put the money down, I don't even remember who won.
Yeah. It was D-Max.
Yes. That's how I was able to afford that buffet Christmas Day.
Who's writing these headlines? Down the drain. Inmates escape Tennessee jail through broken toilet. Well,
Somebody who's got too much time on their hands.
to get a sense of humor.
Somebody out there, bumfuck nowhere, thought it was funny.
So it was no, what was the guy's name from Shawshank? Andy Dufresne. Wasn't quite that dramatic and epic, but some dudes did get out from, the shitter. Andy Dufresne.
It's pretty funny. God, how long do you think they were working on that?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that it was discovered by accident. And then somebody's like, you want to go? And they're like, yeah, let's get out of here.
Fuck it.
From Fayetteville, North Carolina. Some of you probably hail from the Fayetteville, North Carolina area. A former Fort Bragg soldier who killed 4 women and raped others more than 25 years ago is again headed for execution.
Yes. I heard about this.
According to the Fayetteville Observer, Ronald Gray last week lost a battle to keep in place a federal court's order issued 8 years ago blocking his execution. The former Army cook's execution would be the first by the U.S. military since 1961.
That's fucking crazy.
He was convicted and condemned in military court in 1988 for 2 murders and 3 rapes while stationed at Fort Bragg. He pleaded guilty in civilian courts to 2 more murders and 5 separate rapes.
Jeez.
He's being held at Fort Leavenworth at the USDB. He was scheduled to die in 2008 after President Bush signed an execution order following a Pentagon probe, but the case has been tied up in court appeals ever since. Only the president can give final approval to a military death sentence. Gray's the only killer on the military's death row whose execution has received that approval. His appeals were based on his claims that military courts lack jurisdiction to prosecute him. What the fuck? How do you figure?
I mean,
Wasn't he a soldier at the time he committed the crimes?
yeah, what was he? He was, wasn't he?
Yeah, there you go. They have jurisdiction. I don't see where the argument is. Why is this thing being tied up in appeals court for so long?
I don't know, but he murdered and raped like 5 people.
Yeah, so they need to go ahead and fry this motherfucker. Or
Yeah,
whatever they're
I
gonna
mean,
do.
like, I can understand. I can understand where some people come with the death penalty, but like not using the death penalty. But for people like this, I mean, like I don't even want to waste my taxpayer money on people like this.
What method of execution would they use? I'm curious.
You can still be, can't you under UCMJ? Isn't like a firing squad still like a thing?
I don't know, dude. It doesn't specify the method by which he would be executed, and I don't know how they executed in 1961 the last military member who was executed. I don't know. There's so much about the fucking death penalty and how it's being carried out in the news anymore. Fucking you can't use lethal injection because the dudes are suffering. You can't use the gas chamber because it's cruel and inhumane. You can't fucking use the firing squad because this reason and that reason. I mean, if you have resolved to punish someone by killing them, the method by which you achieve that seems to be inconsequential.
Fucking what about the guillotine?
Interestingly enough, the guillotine was invented because it was considered to be a more humane means of execution.
I mean, as long as it's not dull.
Well, there's that.
We could make a pretty high-tech guillotine.
I mean, it's pretty simple, dude. the whole concept. Guillotine. It just cuts your head off.
Guillotine. Thank you, Branko. Good one.
Good one, Zulu. Look at you getting props from the listening audience.
Finally, about cutting someone's head off.
Right. I mean, that's what it takes. You're gonna be savage. So this guy has been sitting at in the U.S. disciplinary barracks at Fort Leavenworth since his conviction more than 25 years ago. It seems to me like after a certain period of time, you'd be like, can we just fucking,
do this?
Yeah.
Just like, if I was in for life and they were like debating whether to kill me or not, I would just be like, just do it. Just do it. Stop fucking arguing about it. Do it or don't, and just tell me, because fuck.
I got roped into one of those clickbait things here a while back about, what was it? Famous last words from death row. The last thing these dudes said before they were executed.
Yeah.
Some of them were just, your standard, I'm sorry for what I did. Some of them were pretty funny. Like the dudes are, you want to talk about dark humor. Oof, you're about to die. You know you're about to die. What's the last thing you could say?
Ooh. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
Just tell them to. Oh, I would tell my executioner. I'd look him right in the eyes and tell him that I banged his mom.
I don't know, man. That's gotta be. I mean, you sit on death row for years, knowing that you're gonna die, knowing that you're going to be one day walked into a certain part of the prison and either strapped into the electric chair or strapped to a table or, tied to a post or whatever. And that some people are going to intentionally and methodically end your life. And what do you think of to say? What's the last thing you say?
Look, and I think Christopher is referencing Viking. Have you guys watched Viking before?
I've seen that.
Have you seen the one where this one of the Vikings about to get executed? He says, "Hold my hair," because he wants to get a clean cut in the neck. So some dude's holding his hair, and then he fucking like pulls the dude, and the guard gets his like fingers chopped off right before they kill him, and he just laughs. And then Blood Eagle. Bronco's going wild about the Blood Eagle. You know what that is?
What about the Blood Eagle?
Oh, the Blood Eagle is like they hang him up. They just hang you, and then somebody from behind like cuts your back open and like puts your lungs like over your shoulders.
Oh wow!
Until you die. Blood Eagle death. Death by Blood Eagle.
That's interesting.
Pretty intense. That might be a little too cruel and inhumane for the rest of the population.
pretty barbaric, right?
Just a little bit.
Well, I mean, the whole argument that certain types of executions are humane or not. Oh, here's the phones. Let me answer the phones. Who do you think it is?
Oh, maybe D-Max or Bronco or somebody.
Gonna be one of those two, right?
Maybe.
WTF Nation Radio, who's this? No? Not happening? They hung up.
Oh, God. Is it not the mouth breather again?
No, it's a different number. I don't know if it's the mouth breather or not.
Jeez. We haven't had anyone call us yet.
Except for the mouth breather.
Yeah, the mouth breather.
Whoever that was. It's Branko trying to call. I know it is. Maybe I didn't get to the phone quick enough. Here he is again. Okay, Branko, go.
Okay, Zulu, you're so much missing the whole full effect of the Blood Eagle.
I mean, I know I didn't want to get too in detail because I don't think everybody watches the show, but I know they like hang him up there and it's supposed to be like an honor thing, right?
No, well, the only thing that's the honor thing is that you're not allowed to say a peep. As you first get your back sliced open, second you get your ribs crushed with a hatchet, and third you get your lungs ripped out and placed on your shoulders.
And then you're still alive, right?
Yeah, and you cannot like admit one sound throughout this whole thing until you die, because if you do, you're not allowed to go to Valhalla.
Yes.
That's the true. That's the true thing with the Blood Eagle.
You got to die with honor, so you go to Valhalla.
Yep, and they saved the Blood Eagle for like the really big dickheads.
Really big dick, so that's how they'd kill me.
I don't know. Would you go take over someone else's kingdom?
What'd you say, Branko?
Yeah. I said, would you go take over someone else's kingdom? Because that's what happened in the series.
Nah, dude, I'm happy with like chilling out here with Garbage Dog and Mrs. Redleg. What the fuck do I need a kingdom for?
Oh shit!
Yeah, no.
Maybe you got a Blood Eagle, somebody who tries to take your kingdom.
I mean the methods, throughout all the years and the millennia, by which these creative sickos, I guess, for lack of a better term, have come up with to brutally execute people are amazing.
They were done as spectacles.
I mean, you have to have a certain working knowledge of the human anatomy to be able to slowly kill someone.
That, and you got to be twisted as fuck.
Well, yeah, that too.
you can't miss that one.
It's like crucifixion. I saw that. They showed that in Vikings too. That's interesting.
Oh, I think we overlook that one pretty often because we're used to it, seeing it all over the place.
But did you ever see like the pictures of the crucifixion when they like flip the cross upside down?
Yeah, I've seen that too.
That looks like it hurts.
Well, the other one's no walk in a park, Branko.
No, but would you rather be doing it like standing right or being upside down?
I would rather sit on my couch and play my Xbox if I had to, pick one.
Yeah, there's that.
Nailed to a cross.
The Vikings back in the day, they crazy.
So as death is, James says, is eagle death is it's a little more than blood wings. Yeah, I think you're mixing two different topics, James.
I think it's Blood Eagle.
Eagle death is a little more than blood wings. Yeah, Blood Eagle, blood wings. Zulu, do you have your blood wings?
You mean my red wings?
You nasty girl, do you have your blood wings?
My blood wings or my red wings? Are we talking about the same thing?
I don't think so.
Do you need your... All right, if you need a safety pin, they're called Red Wings.
Oh. Jeez, I don't know.
Well, do you have your Red Wings, since that's what you want to talk about?
Listen, I don't know if my mom's listening to this right now or not.
Okay,
so
I
prefer not to answer.
Hi, Mom.
Hi. Hi, Zulu's mom.
Oh, my God.
Jeez.
Oh, jeez. The Japanese perfected torture, according to Christopher.
Or you can
What
throw
about-
somebody in a what is it? Those big pots. Those like steel roasters. Stick
yeah.
with that kid. That's pretty fucking. That'd be the worst.
Nene is correct in saying that you asphyxiate on the cross. That's the means by which the majority of people who were crucified died. They asphyxiated.
Did anybody listening, have you seen the fucking video ISIS put out of burning those 2 Turkish soldiers alive?
That's
but I saw the guy getting run over by the tank.
I don't know if I saw that one. I recently saw the 2 dudes getting burned alive, and like I don't think I ever realized how slow of a death that was.
It's gotta be agonizing, right?
Like they're just like
that has
laying,
to
like
be.
it just takes a while. I was like, fuck.
Speaking about agonizing, Zulu,
What's up?
Zulu, did you watch this year when, it was last season when Floki got tortured with the water dropping on the forehead?
Yes.
I mean, you look at Red Leg's bald head. I mean, that would hurt.
What the fuck, dude? Why? How did my head come into all
Red
this?
Leg wouldn't be able to stand it. At least I got some hair that would, break the immense.
Monotony.
Do you talk about Chinese water torture?
Yeah, they showed that in
chained up,
Vikings
and
too.
they were like slowly, just like it was like a natural drop too, because they were in some cave.
Yeah.
It was like slowly dropping on his head for I don't know if it was weeks or months. Or what.
It was weeks. It got to the point so much that the only reason why Ragnar spared his life was because, Floki's wife, he was like, all right, you've gone through enough. He didn't care about Floki, but Floki's wife was like there holding a bucket over his head to stop the water from hitting his head, and that's when Ragnar was like, okay, that's enough.
Let's not give away too much if anyone hasn't seen it.
Yeah, spoiler
This
alert.
is old stuff.
Well,
No, this is old stuff.
Some people
I won't
aren't
give away
current.
the spoiler alert.
I think I've seen 2 episodes of it. You want me to tell you about Westworld? You want me to tell you what happened in the entire first season of Westworld?
Well, now you know how I feel about Range 15.
What the fuck, dude? All right. You got to go watch the fucking movie, bro.
It's a joke.
All right. Hey, listen, we got to take the mid-show break here. It's
All
time.
right, you guys have a good night. Excellent show so far.
Thanks, Branko.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
He's a nice guy.
Later.
That Branko. All right, man.
I like that. He's savage in the comments, nice on the phone.
He's got multiple personality disorder.
I mean, better than, I would rather fucking somebody call and, talk a little shit than fucking mouth breathers.
Just don't say anything.
Just fucking he fucking picked up the phone
And then hung up.
and then left.
He didn't want to be on the air. All right, guys, we're going to take a break. We come back, we'll talk about whatever. We'll talk about whatever you like. The phones will be open. We got some more topics to talk about. We'll talk about Westworld in Game of Thrones. And I'll tell you about why I'm pissed about Game of Thrones, if you guys care to hear that.
Never watched it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're missing out.
Yeah, you got to watch it.
Tits galore.
Let's take this break. We'll be back in a few minutes. WTF Nation Radio.
Nothing feels the same. Left it all
U.S. Army WTF moment.
Well, if you guys missed the Liquid Lunch today with Pi and J Ready and Raptor Mom, I think if I remember correctly, you guys talk about a bunch of fat people in the Army.
Oh yeah, we did. We were. I guess there's a new study out there how X amount of people are considered obese or overweight in the Army, and the scale they use is the body mass index, the BMI, and I personally think that scale, using that as reference to somebody's body weight is completely off. Because when I look at the scale and I look for my height and weight, I am like borderline overweight and like.
Where is this chart? Because I want to see what it says about me.
Like on the line of being overweight and obese. And I'm sure as shit not obese.
Oh, here it is. I have the BMI chart, which says that at my height of 5'10", because I'm not a very tall fella, and then I go down here to what I weigh, and I am overweight, according to this fucking thing. I'm 5'10", I weigh 200 pounds.
I am 5'3", and I weigh 168 pounds.
It says my BMI, I guess, is... Wait, I got to find it again. I don't know what this number means. It really means nothing to me. 29.
Yeah, mine was like 29 point something.
I don't feel fat. I don't if that counts for anything. I don't feel like I'm huge.
But I'm pretty sure a lot of that weight's in my chest, so...
Oh, yeah, there's that. I mean, does that count against you as a female? I don't know, ladies. If you got big boobs that weigh a lot, does that?
That I could not tell you. You would have to ask a.
Hi, Spanky.
Oh, hi, Spanky.
Hi.
Let's see. Kenneth says 5'4", 150. Let me look at that. 5'4", 150. If you're 5'4" and you weigh 150 pounds, your BMI is 26 and you're overweight. Oh, that number means that 29% of my body is fat. I'm okay with that, Joey. I mean, I'm 40 years old.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of fat in my tits and my ass, so I guess I'm good to go.
All right. Oh, slow down, guys. 6'1", 225. Yikes. I'm gonna have to look. This fucking chart is kind of hard to read. 6'1", 225. Your BMI is a 30. You're overweight. If you're 3'3" and 220, you're 3'3" or you're 6'3", Carl. We're talking about a difference of 3 feet here. It only goes down to 4'8", which is not far off from how tall Mrs. Redleg is. She's 5'1". I don't know how much she weighs. She won't tell me.
See, and with that, like, it doesn't really account in like muscle or anything, because you do have very muscular people out there. Like my husband, who is 5'6", and he's pushing 200 pounds, but he is like all muscle. And of course, he always gets taped, around the neck to make sure.
Fucking D-Max, how do you know how much Mrs. Redleg weighs? He's guessing. Mrs. Redleg weighs about 145. No way, dude.
No. No, I'm looking at it, and mine would be, like, I'm 27. Like, my BMI is 27. That's putting me overweight. Like, pretty way overweight. Like, pushing up to the obese category.
I'm borderline obese.
Yeah. And I don't think either one of us,
All right, when I joined the Army, I was 5'10", and I weighed like 140 pounds. My BMI at the time was 20, and now I'm at 29. I'm all right with that. 5 feet, 128. Faith says she has thick thighs. That term thick as it pertains to women, I'm going to shut up now. 5 feet tall, 128 pounds. You're overweight. Your BMI is 25. Whatever. Zulu texted me and said that his mom texted him. She was listening to the show. Hi, Mom. When we were talking about him getting his Red Wings.
Oh, Lord.
Gross. I gained weight when I was in basic training. Up until I turned 30 years old, the most I had ever weighed in my life was when I graduated from OSUT, because of all the food that they were giving us and all the PT we were doing. And I got big, I got muscular, but I wasn't like huge. I think I gained 10 pounds. I went from 145 to like 155. And now I'm tipping the scales at it was 201 when I went to the VA a couple weeks ago. I got to get that in check. I think I'm too big. I got a gut. I stopped drinking, so my body's thanked me for that.
So how's your VA adventure going? Any
I did make a little headway with the VA. It was interesting that it took me posting some smart ass shit on Facebook to get their attention.
See, and I don't understand that. Like, and I've noticed that it is like, I want to say just with the VA, but a lot of corporations and companies, you go to complain and you don't get anywhere. But the moment you say something negative on social media, they're on it, real quick. So I don't know if it's because, obviously, social media, the word spreads really quick. I don't know if that's why or what, but it shouldn't have to, get to that point where you're saying, giving a shitty review about a company or the VA.
Here's what I did.
Get them to do anything.
They posted something on Facebook. It was a recipe from their nutritionist or something. Mm-hmm. And it was a recipe video. And my comment was, if I make this, can I get an appointment to these clinics that I'm supposed to go to? And later that afternoon, I got a telephone call from the, what did she say she was? The administrative officer.
Oh.
Administrative officer from the Memphis VA. And said that the person that I made a comment on a social media post, and I said, sure, I did, yes. And she said, well, I just touching base with you to see if you had gotten it taken care of. Well, interestingly enough, about an hour before that phone call, I got a phone call from my primary care doctor at the VA, who assisted me in getting these appointments because I was getting nowhere. She wanted me to see the dermatologist for the stupid little skin crap I got going on, and she wanted me to go have an ultrasound of my liver because she's concerned about the shape it's in. And I'm supposed to be going to see a radiology department that's not affiliated with the VA somewhere, and they're going to pay for it. So, thank you. Yeah, healthy food's always a direction. I'm working on it. I really am. I'm trying. Orthopedics, those dickheads, are just not going to see me because the MRI, according to them, the MRI doesn't show anything that can be surgically repaired, so they're just not going to see me. Whatever, fine.
But they can recommend different changes or braces or something else to help you out.
They want me to continue to go to the podiatrist that I've been seeing for a year now, and whatever, fine. Who cares? I'm just going to fall apart, and that'll be the end of it. Thank you, Jessica. Well, that's a compliment. I'll take it.
Aww.
I'll take them however I can get them. I wanted the finger in the butt when I went for my yearly checkup because I'm 40 now. Oddly enough, I did not get any finger up the butt action from my doctor. I guess you have to ask for it. They're not concerned about my prostate. They're more worried about my liver at this point.
You're so disappointed too.
I was let down. The topic of conversation never even came up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Not even if you're having a hard time peeing or emptying.
That's what I gotta do, right? The next time I go in there, say, Doc, it takes me forever to start pissing, and I'm up all night pissing a lot. And she'll say, well, we need to check your prostate. Then I break out the camera phone and buy him a drink, Joey says. Does that work? James says the VA cameras you at 50. I've had a colonoscopy. I had a colonoscopy in my 20s. They were concerned that I had Crohn's disease, and I don't. I have IBS, which since I've stopped drinking has not really acted up that much.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, quit drinking. The IBS settles down. I'm not pooping fucking 20 times a day. So no, that was Kenneth. That was not Zulu's last show. He has everybody's looking for where Zulu went. He's got a buddy who's getting ready to go down range, and he wanted to go have a send off with his buddy. So that's where he went. He'll be back. Much to the dismay of some of you. What? Some of you guys really don't like that kid, right? I don't get it. I mean, at the very least, he's better looking than I am.
He's just a little wet behind his ears. He's got some, needs a little bit more experience.
It could be it. He's a little broadcasting experience. Try to mold and shape the young man.
And some life experience.
the thought we got him in trouble. Nah. Yeah, he's just new. Like Faye says, he's just new. He'll be all right. Omen says Crohn's sucks, but I ain't stopping my drinking. I don't have Crohn's. The doctor, the ass doctor, what are they called that put the camera in your ass?
Proctologist?
No, this dude was he's a gastroenterologist. He said he was concerned about what he saw, so he took a biopsy, and it turns out it's not Crohn's. It was just really bad IBS. And at the time, boy, I was really going through it. I'm assuming that Omen has Crohn's disease based on his comment of Crohn's sucks.
Yes.
And I don't personally know, but I know of some people who are suffering with Crohn's, and I can imagine that's terrible. I wouldn't wish that shit on anybody. My puppy doesn't like Zulu because he says he's monotone. More monotone than I am? Okay, Omen says he has Crohn's. That would explain your slender figure, Omen.
Yep.
A lot of people that deal with Crohn's disease have a hard time getting the proper nutrition to their body because their intestines just won't do it. Like it rejects everything you put in there.
I've seen people with Crohn's disease where they had to go in and then remove part of their colon.
Yeah.
And thankfully, for that, they did better than other treatments. So,
the IBS is no fun, and there are a lot of things that I've identified over the years that aggravate it. One thing I guess is drinking, because since I've stopped drinking, like I said, the episodes have subsided for the most part. Another is when my sleep schedule gets fucked up. Oddly enough, if I'm not sleeping on a regular schedule or not getting enough sleep, that tends to aggravate it. And then stress. And at the time when I was initially diagnosed with it, I was under a tremendous amount of stress. So that had something to do with it. So I guess there are a few things that can irritate it and cause it to flare up. But, that colonoscopy, man, the colonoscopy itself wasn't that bad because I was sedated for it. It was the fucking, it was the night before, the day before, where you had to drink all the stuff and flush your system out. Oh my God. Just sitting on the toilet drinking this gallon of what tasted like soapy dishwater, flushing my guts out. Yikes. But the stuff that they gave me to sedate me was, what was that stuff called? Versed.
Oh.
Knocked me right out. I've experienced some firsts in my life, such as the first time I ever had Vicodin.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I had broken my leg at work when I was on the police department. Went to the hospital and got, they did whatever they were going to do to me there and gave me some Vicodin, which I took home. And I was living in a townhouse, and I hobbled upstairs to go to bed because I'd been at work all night, working midnight shift. And I popped a Vicodin, and then a few minutes later, I felt the need to hobble back downstairs and cook an entire pack of bacon and eat it. It gave me the munchies.
Wow.
Yeah. I liked the Vicodin. But yeah. The one of the other things that I attribute to, and I don't know if it's just coincidental or not, since I've started drinking or stopped drinking, I've started using something else, and it's kind of helped ease the IBS, and it's really helped with the sleep issues.
That's good to know.
Oh, the bacon was great, James. I automatically assumed that everybody knew that bacon was awesome. I'm sorry I didn't specifically state bacon's awesome. CBD oil, wasn't that recently scheduled as classified as a Schedule 1 narcotic by the fucking DEA?
I think so. I can pull it up on Google real quick.
Yeah, but boy, that's a kick in the ass to the, I guess I don't want to say marijuana industry, but for lack of a better term. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it just got, Armor 6 is classifying, it says that it just got classified as a Schedule 1 drug. What the fuck, man?
That's ridiculous.
Another step backwards. That is ridiculous. The fucking, it's proven there are, and I almost feel like I'm stealing some of the Sunday night show's thunder here. The medicinal benefits of CBD and THC and marijuana in general are proven. Proven. Why the fuck? Yes, Joey. Why the fuck is there still this evil stigma surrounding marijuana? Why is it so bad? Jesus. So maybe, there have been small steps taken, as evidenced by states like Colorado who they're doing it right. You want a blueprint for how to legalize marijuana for recreational use and make it work? Colorado's doing it right.
Oh yeah, that shop we went to.
Yeah, the dispensary
phenomenal.
we went to. They're doing it right there. That place is owned by a Marine Corps veteran. There are 11 stores in his franchise in Colorado, and I can only imagine that all of them look exactly like the one we went into. Very clean, well lit, clinical. Everybody, I don't know what I was expecting, but that wasn't it. Yes, Washington also. And believe it or not, Arkansas, in this recent election, had on the ballot a measure for the legalization of marijuana for medicinal purposes, albeit it was limited to a relatively small number of conditions. But it's a step for Arkansas, smack dab in the middle of the fucking Bible Belt, to have legalized marijuana for medicinal purposes. So slowly but surely, this country is starting to wake up and realize that there's value in this plant. It's a plant, for fuck's sake. Nobody's in a laboratory making this stuff. James is right. Everything I'm saying is just kind of rhetorical. It is about the war on drugs. There are people getting rich off of this. The eradication of marijuana. It's never going to happen. Slowly it'll come around. I liken this to, I liken a lot of this to prohibition. Everybody flipped their shit when alcohol was declared illegal by the federal government. Devin, you're right. Opioids are a plant. I'm talking about, Devin, when I talk about marijuana being a plant, I'm talking about something that you can just go pull off of the plant and roll it up and smoke it. Generally speaking, opioids, you got to process them a little bit.
Yeah, with some gasoline and whatever else they put in there.
but opioids have an actual physical addicting property to them. Marijuana does not. You don't get physically addicted to it. If you stop smoking, you don't suffer any withdrawal symptoms. I mean, I'm throwing my hat in the ring for the legalization of recreational marijuana for recreational use nationwide. I'm all for it. Don't come to work fucked up. You know what I mean? But what you do in the privacy of your own home is your business. That's the way I feel about it. You could take my opinion for whatever. All right, we're going to take this top of the hour break. We come back. I got some stolen valor shit to talk to you guys about. Everybody loves a good stolen valor story. This shithead has been put back on the radar. This fucking dude. And yeah. I went over and looked at the post on Stolen Valor's Facebook page earlier, and commented that we might talk about this on the show tonight. So we will. We'll talk about that and anything else you want to talk about. And I've got a few other topics lined up. When we come back in just a few minutes right here on WTF Nation Radio. Don't go anywhere.
Ordnance Brigade.
Yeah, this is Sergeant Major P.O. Moss. I'm with the 775th Dependa Brigade. I'm here on the phone with my commander. Sir, do you want to go ahead and let him know what we're trying to do here?
Yeah, we're trying to get some single soldiers to come to our annual BAH inflation ball.
BAH? Sir?
Yes. I don't think I stuttered.
Okay, BAH replacement ball, sir?
Inflation. It happens every year, and we have a ball.
Yeah, well, we're trying to get soldiers to come out and participate in this. Soldiers and their husbands or wives. I mean, I'm going to be there. My husband's going to be there. You know, he works so damn hard, and he can't fucking get promoted. The least you could do is you provide some soldiers to come support us at this event, the BAH Inflation Ball.
Okay, yeah, that's not a problem, Sergeant Major. Can I get like more information, like the location, the time, things like that, Sergeant Major?
We're going to do it at division headquarters. We basically need the entire building cleared out. Right now.
What do you mean right now?
Right now. You asked for the time. I gave you the time. Right now. Sir, is it...
Okay.
Can you help me out here?
Yes, right now. We're actually on the way there right now. ETA about 22 minutes.
All right, now, is this like a joke?
This is not a joke. As I said before, this is Staff Sergeant Major Pete Omas, and I'm here with my commander.
Hold on. There's no such thing as Staff Sergeant Major. So now.
Okay.
Hold your tongue.
What's that?
Let me speak with your supervisor right now.
No, you're not going to speak with my supervisor. I'm Sergeant First Class. You can speak to me. I'm the supervisor here on the staff duty. So what is a Staff Sergeant Major? There's no Staff Sergeant Major. Is this a joke, or are you guys trying to play a prank or something like this? Because if you're trying to play a prank,
if you're Sergeant First Class, you should know damn well what a Staff Sergeant Major is, okay? So I don't have time to sit here and play games all night. Are you going to clear out division headquarters for us or not?
No, I'm not clearing out division headquarters. Who clears out division headquarters at nighttime?
For the BAH inflation ball? Are we just going round and round here or what?
I don't know what you're talking about. I never heard no BAH inflation ball or nothing like that. So I really don't know who you're talking about right now. There's no way that the ordnance side is going to
give it fucking
there's no division
first class to anyone nowadays, huh, sir?
What'd you say?
I said they will just give Sergeant First Class to anyone these days. Huh, sir? I was talking to my commander, not you. Hold on a minute.
What the fuck?
Excuse me?
Who do you think you're talking to?
Excuse me?
Who are you talking to?
Yeah, you're talking to a Staff Sergeant Major.
I don't want to hear this crap. Look, if you guys are playing around and think this is a joke, you guys are playing at the wrong time.
Staff Sergeant Major Pete Omas. Write it down. Remember it.
Broadcasting live from the basement of a Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Come meet Mr. Miyagi. Come meet Mr. Miyagi. Come meet Mr. Miyagi. Come meet Mr. Miyagi.
everybody. That fucking song. That's a J Radio original, and it is it's actually Pi's drunken wife and this epic rant that she went on, and he sampled it and made a song out of it. So there you go. Fucking Mr. Miyagi lives next door, I guess, to Pi. Here we are in the third final hour of the Monday edition here on WTF Nation Radio. Why does it feel like, I almost said Friday night fuckery. Why does it feel like Friday already?
Because I'm here.
Oh, because Spanky's here. Spanky and Raptor Mom joining me tonight. Zulu had to go. Some of you don't care that Zulu had to go. Yes, indeed, Josh. It is going to be a short week. It's a 3-day work week for me, fortunately. And so Friday, when I do the show on Friday, I will have had all day to prepare, and probably won't. Probably spend all day playing Xbox. I haven't turned my Xbox on in several days. I gotta get some use out of that thing. So I'm paying all that money for it. That was my Christmas gift to myself. Fucking Xbox One. Merry Christmas to me. Before the break, I promised you that I would talk about this fucking Stolen Valor dude. Now, this story dates back to last year, 2015, when it initially came out. And Stolen Valor, the guys over at Guardian of Valor went after this dude, Robert Jones, peg leg. And this dude has pretended to be a ranger, a wounded warrior, taken thousands of dollars from people who donated to him based on his lies. And I'm reading this from GuardianofValor.com. So they kind of resurrected this dude as a reminder of, hey, this shithead's still out there. And apparently he's still at it. He hasn't learned his lesson. He's now, based on everything I've seen and read today, this motherfucker is pretending to be law enforcement also.
He's got like, what is it, like multi-service type of profession disorder?
He's a shithead. This went so far that he even duped the guys at Grunt Style into creating a shirt with his image. He was going to make money from this shirt. But once Stolen Valor, Guardian of Valor, made Grunt Style aware of what this fucking dude was up to, they pulled the shirt, and then Grunt Style took a hit because everybody that they'd sold this shirt to, they said, if you send the shirt back, we'll send you a replacement. So they're out the cost of a replacement shirt and the shipping on the replacement shirt. And they're stuck with
were sold?
I don't know exactly, but they were stuck with a bunch of fucking shirts that they couldn't do anything with, I guess, maybe except clean up spills around the factory, the shop, whatever.
Comrades.
Yeah. This dude scammed a lot of people. Guardian of Valor pulled this dude's records. He was in the Army for a whopping 1 month at Relaxin' Jackson and then got discharged. So Guardian of Valor did what they do. And called the guy and said, listen, man, we know you're full of shit. This dude's defense. He says that he had memory loss from losing his leg and thought he remembered being a ranger and being in combat. And when Guardian of Valor, the guys from Guardian of Valor, blasted this dude over the phone and said that we're not buying your bullshit, he hung up. So after Guardian of Valor goes public with it, he posted what he considered to be an apology to his personal Facebook page and blamed it on his memory. Well, today, in kind of a lest we forget type posting over on their Facebook page, on Stolen Valor's Facebook page, they just said, hey, this guy's still out there. The fucking dude starts posting again, coming to his own defense. Yes, Raptor Mom, I would love to have Stolen Valor back on.
What about this douchebag?
I don't want to talk to this fucking... These fucking listeners of mine would tear this dude to shreds. If you can get... Yes, get him. If you can get him on the show, we'll let him tell his story, and then I'll open the fucking phone lines up, and we'll see what happens.
See, I was going to ask you earlier, but then I was kind of thinking, well, that's just giving him more attention.
Get him. Yeah, if you can do it, oh, sure, I'd love to. I'd love to let the WTF Nation call in and talk to Robert Pegleg Jones.
All right. Work my magic.
I can't be responsible for what happens, but sure, do what you can. Okay. Offer him the opportunity to tell his side of the story to a bunch of motherfuckers that would just as soon beat his ass as they would talk to the guy.
See, and like when I saw
radio.
what he was posted, and there was a screenshot, and he said that somehow like he was in the army for a month and he deployed. And I was just thinking, huh? That's not even possible.
This dude's so full of shit. The comments that he made today, his comments are probably still over there at Guardian of Valor, Stolen Valor's Facebook page. You'd like to go read them. This guy's making fucking excuses. There are pictures since he was outed by Guardian of Valor. He's resumed his bullshit and has been trying to pass himself off as a law enforcement officer. One of the fucking comments over there today of him trying to defend himself was he showed a card in his wallet. First, he made the statement that he's working in traffic control. Like, what the fuck is that? So he takes a picture of this card. He's a certified by somebody flagger. He waves a flag in like construction zones. That makes him traffic control. This dude's delusional.
So, okay, if that's like, if he has that card, is he saying traffic control is being a law enforcement officer?
I think that's what he's trying to get everybody to believe and what he's trying to get people to buy into. But what this fucking idiot doesn't realize is that the majority of the people who are involved with this community have gone on to being in some form of law enforcement or corrections or something like that.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Who does he think he's talking to? Who does he think he's trying to dupe? None of us are that stupid. The best thing this dude could do would be shut the fuck up and go away. Period.
I don't know. Maybe he didn't spend enough time on his mama's titty.
Could be. Yeah. Get a hold of Anthony and see if they'd like to come back on the show. I'd love to have him on here.
Okay.
Fucking guys, this is what they do. They out these motherfuckers, and they don't pull the trigger on them real quick. They do their homework. They're very thorough. They're good at what they do. Beth wants to know if he's on something. That's possible. The guy's claiming he's got all these problems. He said he was blown up. And then he backpedals and says, oh, yeah. Then he backpedals and said he was blown up by an industrial firework. Hey, bro. It's a little bit of a difference between getting blown up by an IED and getting blown up by fireworks. Getting blown up sucks, sure. But let's not make yourself out to be something you're not.
Mm-hmm.
I know dudes that have memory problems, but none of them remember being a ranger in combat after they washed out of basic training.
Oh, I should, be like, hey, I was a millionaire.
What happened? Said some of that shit this way.
I don't know. I'm broke as fuck now.
Robert Pegleg Jones.
That's funny, the Pegleg.
Right. He was recently not recently. He was arrested a few months ago. According to police, Jones allegedly told officers that an unidentified white man was carrying merchandise using an emergency exit to get out of a fucking Kmart in where was this? Louisville, Kentucky. And he saw the dude and he suspected the man was a shoplifter. Jones said he confronted him from his truck demanding a receipt. Jones was not responsible for loss prevention or law enforcement. He's just some idiot. He told the police the man got into a van and appeared to reach for a gun. Jones told police that he did pull a gun. At that point, police say Jones told him he got out of his truck, shoved a loaded magazine into his own gun, and chambered a round. He then allegedly fired 2 or 3 rounds at the white male because he, quote, looked like he was trying to squeeze off a round. Jones told officers the man drove his van northbound on New Cut Road, wherever the hell that is, and the van should have 2 bullet holes in the hood. A witness at the scene told police he never saw a gun in the unidentified white male's vehicle, and the man in the van was trying to get away from Jones, who was shooting at him. Officers were able to locate the man in the van who allegedly told him that he had to make an evasive maneuver in his vehicle and drive behind the building because the gun was pointed directly towards him. He added he was in extreme fear for his life at the time. The officer who wrote the report stated that since Jones had enough time to load and chamber a round before firing, and that he fired at the vehicle as it was leaving, his actions manifested an extreme indifference to the value of human life. His action may have ended in serious injury or death to the victim and anyone else in the parking lot. The cops recovered 3 .40 caliber shell casings at the scene and took a .40 caliber handgun off of old Pegleg here. Pegleg was arrested and charged with 1 count of first-degree wanton endangerment, which is a Class D felony in the state of Kentucky. This dickbag has not learned his lesson and is at his shenanigans again. Does he have a CIB too? Devin, he might. This guy, what the fuck motivates? I'm genuinely curious to know what motivates people to do things like this. If you want to get involved with the veteran community, if you want to get involved with the law enforcement community, but you're physically unable to because you're missing a leg or what's with the dude's leg? How do you get out of basic training and now is missing a leg? That's neither here nor there. If you want to get involved in the community, you can do that. If you want to earn the respect of those in the community, you could do that as a civilian, as a washout from basic training. Whether you're physically capable of participating in the community or not, you can still earn the respect of the community by doing something. You can do something. It doesn't have to, you don't have to wear the uniform or wear the badge to be respected by members of this community. But the last fucking thing you want to do is try to pass yourself off as something you're not and have never been. That's the quickest way to get this fucking community to turn against you. I have never, not one time, ever tried to make an attempt to pass myself off as anything other than a dude who did 4 years in the Army as a 13 Bravo and never deployed anywhere and got out. That's all I ever was. But I don't feel like that in order to earn the respect of all of you, the listeners, that I need to try to pass myself off as a badass. It's not my fucking fault that there was nothing going on in the world when I was in the Army from 94 to 98. And I don't regret my service. And, of all you guys and gals who've deployed, you're badasses. I got nothing but love for you. But then these shitheads. I was a Ranger. This motherfucker, they have screenshots. Guardian of Valor has screenshots. In one of these pictures, this is one of the worst Photoshop jobs I've ever seen. He's standing in front of I don't know where it is. So those of you who've been to Ranger School undoubtedly know where this is. It's a big wooden sign, got Ranger on it, and he Photoshopped himself into it. It's terrible. Looks like shit. Here's another one. A picture of him in ACUs wearing a tan beret. Here's another one, a text message where somebody says, dude, you were a Ranger? You never told me that. To which this guy replies, I like to keep that on the down low. I try to keep my family safe. So only people who know are usually other Rangers who drop the ball. Here he is messaging somebody and says, hey, I don't remember my class number. I'm trying to find it. I honestly don't remember much being about a Ranger with my memory damage, but I do know I was one for a few months. I didn't deploy with them. That's why I don't talk. What the fuck? I didn't deploy with them. That's why I don't talk about it much. I guess Hunter Army Airfield. He says, see, Hunter Army Airfield wasn't bad. Honestly, I really miss it.
I didn't. What?
And then Guardian of Valor, because they're so thorough, they have a recording of this dude's phone call where they called the guy out, which I haven't listened to, but I'm sure is excellent.
Oh, he responded.
And I guess Dallas is up 28-21 for those of you who are keeping up. James is mad because he got a hangnail once when he was in the Army and didn't get a Purple Heart.
Oh. You didn't get the on profile for it?
Devin says, be glad you didn't have to go to war. Devin, I am. Would I have gone? Absolutely. I would have done anything the Army asked me to. I didn't have the opportunity, and that I did not have to face some of the things that you guys have had to face is a blessing. I saw my fair share of tragedy as a police officer, which I didn't do that long either. I was only a cop for 4 years. Some of the shit that I saw as a police officer, it was kind of tough to swallow. So I can only imagine the crap that you folks had to deal with downrange over in the sandbox. And I got nothing but the utmost respect for all of you. So if I was still drinking, this would be where I do shots, but I quit. Faith says some individuals are very broken. Seems like maybe it's a dream. He knows he'll never gain any other way. Faith, there's no doubt in my mind that the dude's got some sort of mental or psychological, emotional problems, but I find it hard to believe that this guy is so bad off that he honestly believes that people are buying into his shit. I don't for a minute.
To me, he seems like a compulsive liar, like in a bad case of it.
There's lying and then there's duping people out of their money. That's what this shithead's all about.
The scam artist.
Yeah, he's scamming people.
Of course. I know that. It's just
you do a month in basic training, you wash out, suddenly you're a ranger who's been downrange. Get the fuck out of here, man. And people actually bought this dude's story. They took him at face value, even though the folks over at Guardian of Valor felt something wasn't right, but didn't act on their impulse, which is, understandable. That's what they do. They're suspicious of everybody. Garbage Dog is fucking, hey, could you not? Garbage Dog's got fucking rawhide bones, and she's going to town on them, and it's fucking with me. I can hear it through my in-ear monitors coming through my mic.
It's that bad.
Yeah.
I was going through some of the comments, and he started blaming it on his medication, how he's on Dilaudid and oxycodone, and I commented, I was like, no doctor in their right fucking mind would give you Dilaudid and oxycodone.
Who has a prescription for Dilaudid they just take whenever they want to?
No one. That shit's hard to get. I mean, granted, like I gotten some after my back surgery, but that's a major fucking surgery. They hardly ever just prescribe Dilaudid as a means of pain control.
But they give you Dilaudid in the hospital setting. They don't give you a shit ton of Dilaudid and say, here you go. Oh, and by the way, here's some oxycodone. Go have fun.
No, they don't. Because the Dilaudid I got was only a few days in pill form to take it home.
You got Dilaudid to take home and self-administer? Well, all right then.
Yeah, in the pill form, it's not as strong as the shit you get in your IV, but
I've never had Dilaudid. I understand it's quite the ride. I've never had it. I've had I've had Vicodin. I've had what was that other stuff I had?
Tramadol?
No.
Percocet?
No. Well, but yeah, I had Percocet too, but it's not what I'm thinking of. Meprogan. I've had Meprogan.
Never heard of that one.
They gave me Versed when I had the ass camera thing done, which knocked me out immediately, completely. You feel it going up your arm and into your chest, and then the next thing you know, you wake up and your dad is standing at the foot of your bed laughing at you.
You know what else you'll be on a ride with? Fentanyl.
Right. He said that my dad told me that I was talking some pretty crazy shit, but I don't remember saying any of it, but evidently I was kind of talking out of my head. after following the
glad they.
The ass.
I was going to say, are you glad that they didn't have smartphones and they could record the shit that you said?
Yeah, my dad doesn't use a smartphone anyway. But the thing about that, I don't think we've talked about my colonoscopy enough. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. The thing about it was, I do remember in the middle of the procedure starting to regain consciousness. Mm-hmm. In this feeling of intense pressure in my ass. And the doctor saying, he's waking up, let's give him some more. And that's all I remember. Until I woke up and saw my feet and then my dad laughing. But yeesh, that was an experience.
It's almost like the topic tonight is butt stuff.
Butt stuff, right? Sure. Barium enema to get your insides looked at with nuclear stuff. I just hope I never have to do another. Somebody said that when I hit 50, that the VA is gonna shove another camera in my ass.
Yep.
Whatever, fine. Just this as long as they keep me alive for another 10 or 20 years, I guess I'll be all right. I honestly didn't think I was going to make it to 40. I just barely by the skin of my teeth made it to 40.
Typically 50 is actually like, I wouldn't say just with the VA, but like all across the board is when they start doing colonoscopies for people.
Yikes.
Because, I mean, at that age, you're at a much higher risk for colon cancer.
It's a pretty big deal to stick a fucking, like 7 feet of camera up somebody's ass. Like, how they just do it random. I mean, routinely. Well, here you go. Take all this fucking. Now you take pills and drink water. Mm-hmm. Like they give you a whole bunch of pills. You got to take like 7, and then you got to take 6, and so on and so forth. They gave me a gallon of the most god-awful tasting fucking jug of crap I'd ever had in my life. It's called Colite.
Oh, I know what you're talking
And
about.
they're like, what flavor do you want? And I said, flavor? I don't think the flavor makes much of a difference, but you got to drink the whole gallon. So here I am sitting on the toilet with a plastic cup from like the local gas station and my jug of gut cleansing solution. Because you can't get away from the toilet. I have uncontrollable water shits. So just sitting on the toilet drinking this, and then drink it. Fucking 30 seconds later, it's coming out of my ass. That was terrible. Nicole says 75 pills, 5 every 15 minutes. Now that I believe to now flush you out instead of that gallon of torture juice that they had. Because it was disgusting. It's not that it made me shit so much. It's that it was gross. It was like soapy fucking water. Ugh. Enough about that. Jesus Christ. How'd we go from talking about Robert Pegleg Valor stealing Jones to my fucking colonoscopy? I wonder.
I have no idea.
I almost want to go back over here and look at the comments on Stolen Valor's Facebook page and see if there's any new ones. Did the dude give up finally?
I think so. There was one, like, I guess I want to say like comment, and underneath that, all the replies, there was like 70 something replies on that one. Then as you scroll down, you don't even see his name at all.
So he gave up.
I think so too. And apparently, I guess he used to have his Facebook like
public,
not private,
yeah,
and he turned it off
until today.
Yeah.
This dude keeps coming to his own defense, and it's astonishing that he doesn't realize that nobody's buying it. Why fucking continue along the same vein? Dude, just go away and stop what you're doing, and your life would be so much easier than to try to dupe people out of their money and convince them that, he's telling people, I donated all this money to Wounded Warrior Project, and people want to know where his proof is. He's provided none.
See, and then what killed me, he was like, I donated that money and yada, yada, yada. And he's like, stolen valor, show them. And I'm just thinking, it's not stolen valor's responsibility
Right.
to clear your name. Like, if you're worried about your name and people, trying to say that you're lying and you don't want to make it sound like you're lying, you would provide that information yourself. And any, I guess, normal thinking person, they would have that information out there. Be like, look, here's, the data that proves that I donated that money to X, to X, Y, and Z. So.
Well, this dude just needs to stop. He's going to get himself into something. One of these fucking veterans is going to find this dude and beat his ass if he doesn't stop. And I'm not condoning that. I'm not saying that that's the proper course of action. I'm just saying this is the kind of stuff that happens. One of these guys that's been downrange and has had, angry gunshots fired at him is gonna take this shit personal and go look this dude up and beat his fucking brains out because the dude just doesn't know when to stop. Nicole, I have not seen Hacksaw Ridge. I want to go see that. Is anybody seen that? That looks like a really good movie.
I've been wanting to see it too. They're coming out with another one that's kind of just like, I won't say just like Hacksaw Ridge, but it's in the same time era. We saw it on the previews when we went to watch Rogue One last night.
I told Mrs. Redleg I wanted to see it. She's not a big fan of my fucking war movies. I mean, she'll watch it with me, but she doesn't particularly care for them. I'll watch We Were Soldiers or Black Hawk Down or Saving Private Ryan or something like that, and she's not a big fan. She'll tough it out with me though. We went to the theaters and saw American Sniper, which was okay. I was kind of disappointed by that movie. For reasons. I mean, it told the story okay. It's good for what it was.
My son Nathan, he's actually he's fascinated with World War II. He's been watching Saving Private Ryan. He's been watching the Band of Brothers, all those.
Is it Band of Brothers great?
It is a great, series. I thought, it kind of it hits you in the feels because which episode that we all sat down and watched? It's where I guess it's towards the end of the world. And at the end, you see they're in a camp. And what happened, I guess they meant to kill all the Jews, but they knew the Americans were coming. And they, the Nazis vanished and they left all these, the people in this camp, there, pretty much just left them there to die. And of course, our forces showed up. And at that point, they were given an order to have those, the Jews to go back into that camp. And it took everything out of those soldiers to tell them they had to go back in, behind the fence.
Right.
They didn't want to, and I can understand, I guess the doctor that came by, he's like, don't, I guess they started feeding them, and then he's like, do not start feeding them.
Right, it's going to kill them. They can't handle it. They've been malnourished and starved for so long that it would do more harm than good. They have to gradually bring these dudes back to health. There's some very, very powerful moments throughout that entire series, Band of Brothers. And, it's highly recommended by me to anybody who's never seen it. But you know what? I'm willing to bet that everybody listening and watching right now has seen at least one episode, probably the entire series of Band of Brothers. Very, very, very well done. 5 out of 5 stars. Would definitely watch it again.
And I thought, what they had the local German town. The local German town thought it was like a myth. These camps were a myth. And they went to that town and brought, the citizens of that town to help, properly bury, the Jews that have passed away. So I thought that was another, point at that show. Here, you thought it was not real. It's real.
Kenneth says, Apocalypse Now. That's one you really got to sit down and pay close attention to. Those of you who are fans of classical literature will know that Apocalypse Now was based on Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. I have somewhere around here I've got a book that's got The Secret Share and Heart of Darkness, both. Joseph Conrad. If you're into classic literature. But go read Heart of Darkness and then watch Apocalypse Now or vice versa. See if you don't see the similarities. Again, if you're into classic literature, not everybody is. It's worth your time. Heart of Darkness is not that long of a book. Hacksaw Ridge, I'll watch it, Nicole. I'll make a point to watch it. I think Black Hawk Down, as far as recent-ish war movies, was a good one. Fury was good. Fury was pretty good. We Were Soldiers was great. I read that book also. There was another battle that happened in the Adrang Valley immediately in the aftermath of where the movie We Were Soldiers leaves off. In the book We Were Soldiers Once and Young by Colonel Moore, it also talks about the battle that followed that and was even more brutal than the one that happened that was portrayed in the movie. Got to be well read, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Faith brought up The Boy in Striped Pajamas. Have you seen that
Have
one?
Have not seen that.
That is pretty intense, I guess you could say. It's about, of course, this two boys. One is stuck in the concentration camp. The other boy is a son of a Nazi officer. And they kind of build this bond between the two of them. I'm not going to give any more details, but it's pretty emotional. I could say that the most.
I'll check it out. Well, I'll put it on my list, my watch list. I don't fucking get to watch much. I'm always doing something with this fucking radio station. or working. Dallas scored again. Yikes.
Hey, they might make it to the Super Bowl this year.
Hello, Stakus.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm hanging in there, man. How are you? How's things? Are you dealing with fucking springtime weather like we are?
Man, dude, you know it, man. It got up to like 78 today, 76.
Right.
So it's awesome, man.
Yeah, we had 77
and out to the park.
77 in clouds here, and it rained all day yesterday.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to get some rain tomorrow. So, but this is going to be more of the same. I think until like Thursday or so, then it'll cool down.
So what's going on, man?
Hey, man, did you? No, not much. I just did you have a good Festivus? I mean, Christmas or whatever.
Yeah, it's finally another Christmas in the books, man. I couldn't be happier that it's over. Mrs. Redleg has just got to take the Christmas tree down, and everything returns to normal for a year.
Yeah, we already took our shit down, so that was a big deal. So we had toys strewed out everywhere, all over the floor and everything, and little Spank was happy.
Well, good.
Yeah, his feet never hit the ground. We had a big family shindig, and so he was happy to be carried around.
Pass from person to person.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, he had his own personal the equivalent of Ginny Boons and shit walking through the house. So he was elevated. But anyway, yeah, man. So you're burning through some films. Did you guys hit Hamburger Hill? Yeah, sure. It was kind of propagandized 80s bullshit, but not a bad flick.
Yeah, I thought about it. I didn't say it on the air, but it did cross my mind. That and Platoon and what was the one that fucking Michael J. Fox was in? You remember that one?
Holy shit, no, I don't.
The Vietnam era movie with Michael J. Fox. Well, somebody help me out here.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna need some help on that one. I'm vaguely.
Somebody will say it here in a minute, I'm sure. But or am I gonna have to go Google? Google search initiate.
Yeah, Hamburger Hill was pretty solid. It didn't necessarily, go the complete route of Oliver Stone, with fucking Platoon, which was just straight up anti-war fucking propaganda shit. Hamburger Hill kind of made its fucking little point there, covered a lot of bases, had a pretty good cast at the time.
There we go. Thank you, D-Max. Yeah. Casualties of War was Michael J. Fox. Raptor Mom, did Pegleg block you? He didn't accept your invitation to come back to the show?
Well,
oh, fuck him.
Hey, I asked him to come on, and he's like, please explain. And I was trying to type, and I went to send the details, and Yeah, I'm blocked.
He must have tuned into the show when you told him who you were and heard me fucking bashing him on the air. Okay, go ahead, Stankus. We had to do a little business here.
Yeah, no worries, my bad. Interrupted y'all's business. But Red Lake, to be honest with you, though, I'm absolutely, kind of gobsmacked that you didn't roll out there with the best war movie. I mean, by your own admission in the previous show, The Hurt Locker.
Hurt Locker? Are you serious, dude? Fuck out of here. That piece of shit.
I had to throw it out there, man.
I thought you were gonna.
No, you know what?
I thought you were gonna yell at me for not
go
mentioning Full Metal Jacket. The second half of that movie is excellent.
Okay, now I have to diverge. Now, obviously, I'm not that old, so I wasn't in NAM. But I actually tend to disagree. I think that the first half of the show, in its own token, it's really two movies, to be honest, if you think about it.
It is.
You just acknowledging that the second half of the show is pretty awesome. It carried its own gravitas, if you will. But the first half of the show, if you really wanted to kind of try to give a civilian a tap into old school basic training, and granted, thank God I wasn't a Marine, but that's pretty hardcore shit, and Ermey pulls it off.
It is. You know what, man? And I don't remember the guy's name, but somebody who somehow had something to do with that movie. And I'm really grasping at straws here, but I remember reading about this. It had something to do with the book. And this person, and I'll have to go do some research and bring it up again on another show, called R. Lee Ermey a Pogue lifer.
Oh, shit.
The dude, first of all, he got out of the Marine Corps as a staff sergeant, not a gunnery sergeant. That was like an honorable rank bestowed upon him by the Marine Corps once he started getting into all of his television and movie appearances. Had some unkind things to say about R. Lee Ermey.
But not just him. I actually read this article too. I'll find it too.
Okay, so you read the same thing that I read then.
Right, but it wasn't just that. He was also pissed off that that douchebag, what's his fucking name? 2001 Space Odyssey boy, the guy, the director.
Stone.
What's the fuck? Who?
Not fucking Stanley Kubrick. What the fuck did I say? I was going to say Oliver Stone. Stanley Kubrick is.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Dr. Strangelove.
Yeah, Dr. Strangelove. Hell yeah, that was a great movie, by the way. I mean, just for sheer fucking satire and camp. But that guy actually smoked fucking Kubrick too.
Yes, he did. He did.
Was totally unhappy.
Who was that guy? Is it the guy that wrote Full Metal Jacket?
It was the guy. He was the guy that wrote it.
Okay.
He was the guy that wrote it.
Called R. Lee Ermey a Pogue lifer.
Yeah, he did. He flat out did. But who fucking cares, man? It was probably a little more palatable, at least the first half. The second half, that's where fucking, I think, really chapped his ass. And the second half of the movie, where it basically degenerated it into, this fucking, kill.
I like R. Lee Ermey for what he is. He's an actor who plays he's a character. That's what he is.
Exactly.
Nothing more, nothing less.
No doubt about it.
He may be a Pogue lifer.
Yeah, Pogue lifer. Yeah. For me, the basic training seat was fucking exceptional because it was good. It was good. You know what? Though I have to give you props. I think you called it right. Black Hawk Down was probably, if any of us had to, get the closest thing to probably what it was like to be there. All the bullshit, all the different fucking angles, fire approaches and shit like that, what those guys went through. This is one of those films where fucking, what's his name? Fucking Scott, Ridley nailed it, and it was pretty good.
Right.
And had some pre-A-list actors going on there. A lot of guys that nobody had ever heard of before and moved on to make some good careers out of it.
The more erotic scene of any movie ever in it.
Oh, the volleyball.
Yeah, the volleyball. Right.
Yeah.
You feel a little man love based on that?
Yeah, hey, but on the other note, so where's your partner at, man? I caught the show early on Facebook Live, man.
Zulu.
Did he duck out or what?
Yeah, he had to go. One of his buddies is getting ready to head down range, and he wanted to go give him a send off.
Oh, is that what we're calling it now?
Sure, blowjob, send off, same difference.
Okay. I mean, is that one of those send-offs where you wake up with used rubber in your colon, or, how's that work out?
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway,
D-Max said he had to go because his mom called. She didn't call, she texted him, D-Max. Get your facts right.
Oh, man. All right, well, look, man, I'm going to let you off because I know you're going to wrap up here soon, man. But, hey, you ready to rock and roll for another new year, man? You coming up? You're not going to retire on us not going to go George Michael on us or anything like that, right?
Well, I don't know. My contract still hasn't been negotiated all the way. I still haven't signed my contract for another year with WTF Nation Radio. Yeah. I'll let you guys know.
So who do I need to establish a letter writing campaign to? Ty? That's your boss?
Oh, yes. I'll let you know as soon as the ink's dry. I'll let you know.
All right, man. Well, good luck on those all yellow M&Ms in the green room. But anyway, dude, we'll chat with you later, dude.
All right, Stanky.
See you, man. Bye.
Fucking guy. Well, Spanky, I'm not going to string you along and not talk about Game of Thrones. I know that's why you called in.
That is exactly why I called in.
But what I got to talk about sucks because I don't have HBO anymore.
Oh, well, I only have HBO during Game of Thrones time.
Yeah, can I get that free trial again, please? No, I don't have cable anymore. Not like I had. The fucking cable box I got now doesn't fucking work. I'm tired of talking to Comcast. I think I'm just going to throw it out in the street.
Oh.
I do have an Xbox.
Have you thought about getting the Amazon Fire Stick?
I've heard about this Fire Stick and its ability to fucking let you watch whatever you like if you have enough elite hacking skills, which I do, but I don't have the Fire Stick.
They're like, you can get one for like $40 on Amazon.
Oh wow!
And then you I guess you're supposed to download like off, like you can't directly download it, but like offshoot download some app. I can't remember what it's called.
Kodi.
Kodi, that's it. And that app is what gives you the ability to be able to watch anything that you want.
Like even HBO?
Including paper.
I think so.
What the fuck, man? Why is everybody not using this? D-Max said he's going to hook me up. He's got HBO Go. Thank you, D-Max.
Oh.
For illegally allowing me to watch your fucking HBO Go shit.
He let me watch Game of Thrones on that. That's how I was able to catch up.
But I'm disappointed.
Love you, D-Max.
I'm disappointed Game of Thrones is going to be a shorter season and it's starting later in the season. Both of those things are upsetting to me. And the next season's going to be, from what I've heard, even shorter. But winter's here, Spanky, finally. And something better fucking happen because that's a lot of buildup. You know what I mean? The last couple of seasons, I was like, there's some good shit happening here, Hodor, but for fuck's sake, can we get a something
Winter
major?
has been motherfucking coming like for 6 years now, and for people like me that have read the books like for way longer than there was the HBO show, winter has been motherfucking coming for a goddamn long time. So yes, here. Oh,
I cried when Hodor died.
Everybody did.
I had
He's
real
so
tears.
sweet.
It's an interesting twist in that plot with Hodor.
And the real interesting twist is because, George Martin is not involved in the show anymore, but that is one thing that he gave the writers. That is, like his newest book isn't coming out, and these newest seasons do not have they don't have source material anymore. But he did give the writers how Hodor got his.
All right, so Nicole says she's never seen Game of Thrones. I recommend it. I know a lot of people talk about how awesome it is. It really is. It's great. It has its moments where it's like, what the fuck ever. You know what I mean? Like any other series does. Walking Dead. I couldn't get past. I tried twice. Could not get past the second episode.
I'm gonna need to try one more time.
I'm not. I gave up on The Walking Dead. But But there's a lot of, I mean,
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of good stuff. Fucking Breaking Bad was great. Westworld's good.
Have you ever watched the series Justified?
No.
Oh,
I went through a period where I watched a lot of TV, but I just don't have time anymore. I mean, I'm going to watch Game of Thrones if I can. And Westworld would just kind of, on my occasional night where I don't have anything to do, I've been watching it. Well, we're done with the first season of Westworld, which is good. Everybody, if you were kind of up in the air about whether or not you should watch it, give it a chance. It gets really good. The further you go, the better it gets.
the last episode, that battle of the last season of or this past season that just finished up, was it season 6?
Oh, the battle.
That was fucking, yeah, that was epic.
PJ says Sons of Anarchy. I never got to see the final fucking season of it.
Really? I
Yeah.
love seeing some.
I got rid
love
of my
both of them.
I got rid of my Netflix.
Justified and Sons of Anarchy are great.
Orange is the New Black. I didn't get to watch all any, but I think I watched 2 seasons of that. It's kind of stupid. It's a good, just goofy
Chick show?
fucking, yeah.
I guess the thing I like about that is that it was based on like real life events.
Orange is the New Black?
Yes, that was the one thing I liked about that.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's all based on actual events.
Yeah, I think that's why I liked that one.
Have I ever seen Oz? I've seen a few episodes of that. Sons of Anarchy season 7. Sons of Anarchy to start. It kind of took a weird fucking turn. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Well, I think the thing that with Sons of Anarchy is that, Kurt, what's his name? He even said it's like based on a whole Shakespeare thing. So you kind of knew how it was going to end.
I didn't get to see season 7. Don't ruin it for me. Because I'm not a Shakespeare fan.
Hurry up and watch it.
There's some classic literature I like. Shakespeare's not among it.
Oh, I'm learning something new tonight. Red Lake likes classic literature.
Well, I just... Didn't I talk about Joseph Conrad? The Heart of Darkness?
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I'm just messing with you.
All right. I mean, I don't like all classic literature. Some of it's okay. I'm a big book nerd. I like to read. I don't say I'm a book nerd.
Well, then you should probably read The Song of Ice and Fire.
I'm afraid if I start reading that the radio station's going to suffer because I tend to get so absorbed in what I'm reading, I forget about what's going on around me.
Yeah, you're probably right with that because I did spend about a month holed up, like when I first started reading it, and yeah, and I've read them about 5 times in a row now because, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't start reading it in 1996 when it first came out. I started reading it when the show first came out. I'm like, oh, I need to see what was really going on here.
James says, I read lots of classic literature. Penthouse, great stories. Penthouse Forum. I know exactly what he's talking about.
That's funny.
Faith says she likes Dean Koontz. Some of his stuff's pretty good.
I'm trying to think.
I'm a big Stephen
else
King fan. Stephen King, you either love him or hate him.
Well, I mean, I like Stephen King's, I love his book, The Green Mile.
That's good. It's a good one. Read The Stand.
The Stand?
Yes.
Okay. Like his horror stuff, I'm not a big fan of, but I like the books that he, kind of like The Green Mile. Those are the ones that I like.
The Stand is a post-apocalyptic thing. It's good. If you're gonna read it though, go get the uncut author's edition of it. It's only about 1,100 pages.
Nope, that'll take me 2 years to finish.
I read it. I also read the entire Dark Tower series, and as a rule, I'm not really into like fantasy type books, but that one it's so fucking weird that I couldn't put it down. And I don't want to ruin the ending.
No, I get that because I'm not into that either, and that's why I had never read the Song of Ice and Fire series until the show came out. And when I read it, it's just like, I'm the complete biggest nerd when it comes to that now. And
Ender's Game. Oh, D-Max is an Ender's Game fan. let's see, it was Ender's Game, and then damn it. Speaker for the Dead was next. Oh man, it's been so long since I read any of that. Ender's Game, the movie, they made a recent version of the movie, was pretty good. I thought was decent.
Trying to think what books I've read. Like, it's been a few years since I've actually read. I've just been too busy with life to be actually, sit down and read. I've actually been trying to find a good book to read. What book? Okay, the last series that I read is, I was telling you about the show Justified, and it's based off the books by, what is his name? He does the books of Pulp Fiction.
Don't know.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, thank you, Stankus. Xenocide was after Speaker for the Dead. Ender's Game, Speaker for the Dead, Xenocide. I read it. Dan Brown, Matt, never could get into Dan Brown stuff. Children of the Mind. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of that Ender's Game stuff. Also, there's some sci-fi stuff that I like to read. Anybody who's a sci-fi fan will know who Ben Bova is. Some of his stuff's pretty good. Not really into old school sci-fi like Asimov. Like the newer stuff. Boy, this show took a weird turn right here at the end, didn't it? What the fuck?
Okay. Elmore John Leonard Jr. He is the writer of several books. One of them is, like I told you, Justified. He wrote, what else did he write? Let me pull up his bio here. Come on, computer.
Yeah, Kenneth, if you've got dyslexia, I can see where that would stop you from reading a lot.
Yeah. So, Elmore Leonard wrote Get Shorty.
Okay, I remember that.
3:10 to Yuma.
Okay, that's a movie.
It is. But he does a lot of short stories that turned into movies.
Ben Bova wrote Stankus. Ben Bova wrote a book, and I think it's just called Space. And it is I don't know how to classify this. Semi-non-fictional account of the U.S. space program. You'd have to read it. I don't have enough time to talk all about it. But I read Space. I read Jupiter. It's another Ben Bova. You'd have to be into sci-fi, which is strangely enough, I can't watch a whole lot of sci-fi stuff on TV, but I can read some of the books. I think this is a topic for another time because we're out of time.
Oh.
Yes, we are. End of the show.
All good things must come to an end.
The last book that I read was called The Passage by Justin Cronin. And if you're into post-apocalyptic type stuff like The Stand, zombies and vampires, not necessarily vampires in the sense of Twilight faggoty vampires, but boy, it's an adjective I haven't used in a long time. Go check out The Passage by Justin Cronin. It takes a while to get into it. And it kind of seems like two books. Like you read a book and then you turn a page and now you're reading a different book. It wasn't that bad. And apparently that was the first of a 3-book series, trilogy. But I read the first book twice, but I never followed through. So check it out. Everybody, don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. What is today? Is today? What the fuck, man? Why do I keep thinking today's Friday?
I don't know. You have a long weekend. That's probably why. It would be great if it was Friday.
It would be great if it was Friday. Tune in tomorrow night at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern for Kaz and Mink's going to do their show. Wednesday, What the Fuck Wednesday with Jim Beam. Thursday, Sergeant's Time with Ice. Friday, I'm back for Friday Night Fuckery. And I think I have the show Saturday this week, too. But listen, guys, I'm not going to promise you I'm going to be up past midnight. For fuck's sake. We'll just see what happens. We'll play it by ear. Guaranteed to get 3 hours out of me on Saturday. For sure. Thank you to my fucking co-host who bailed on me halfway through the show, Zulu. Also, thank you, Raptor Mom and Spanky.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Thanks everybody who called in, and thank you, Pegleg, for providing us stuff to talk about with your Stolen Valor fuckery shenanigans. I'll see you all on Friday. Have a good night.
Bye, Felicia.
Yes, Nancy.